Hello, 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 hello. How is everyone doing today? I do want to say thank you for everyone who comes today for coming to the video. I am going to be doing a special video, well, whether no one comes here tonight or not. My video is actually going to be different today. I'm really excited about this. I'm actually hoping I get some people coming on today. So I'm trying to draw in the energies. I'm going to make this very exciting today. Anyone who does come on. So I'm going to wait for a few seconds. I'm doing something different, as I said. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a planetary-based tarot reading. So generally, I focus on sun signs, moon signs, rising signs. But I'm doing something different today, kind of as a tryout today and kind of doing something different. Right now, we are currently at July 16th. We're about to be heading in a couple hours to the 17th of July, 2000. So basically what I'm going to be doing today is a tarot reading based on the different planets today. And I'm going to be going through each individual sign. And so this is not going to be a very short reading today. This is going to be a very long reading. I mean, I have all night to do this. Not going to last all night, though. Currently, right now, the sun right now, I mean, we currently have, a Cancer sun. And the moon at the moment is, looking at the moon, it is in Scorpio. I apologize, Virgo. So just look at it to say we have the Virgo moon. We have Venus and currently in Virgo. We have Pluto that is in Capricorn. We have Mars that is in Aquarius. Neptune currently is in Pisces. And we have Uranus, which is in, let me see, is Taurus. We have Mercury, which is about to go in retrograde in just a matter of days. It is actually in Leo. And so I'm going through Jupiter currently is very close to the cusp, but it is currently in Scorpio. And at the moment, it's close between a ninth and eighth house as we speak right now. So it is firmly in Scorpio. So look at it to say, I'm going to be going through and doing an astrology-based reading for each individual sign today. So I am going to be doing something different. This is my first time ever doing this. I've never even done this with myself before. And so I'm going to be going through each individual planet, starting with the sun. And so this is what we can be expecting with each individual sign today. I am starting off with Aquarius today. I am an Aquarius. Nobody else is on here. And when no one else is on here, I start off with Aquarius. So I'm starting off with Aquarius. And what you're going to see me do is we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and then I'm going to do the moon. So that's what you're going to see me do today. And then I will do a sun. So Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. I'm going to basically do 12 different cards. So 12 different cards for each individual sign today. And I've said this is something doing a little different. This is going to be a long reading. I have my phone charged and plugging it now, charged up, and we're going to get this started here. So here we go today. We have the sign of Cancer. And as you know, if you're a Cancer, you have a Cancer sun. So the sun is a basic overall dominated energy. The moon is pretty much is kind of a secondary. The one thing about the moon is it's constantly moving. It's a very fast, rapid. It's almost like emotion. It's you think of the feminine energy. It's very emotional. It's very quick emotion. I mean, it's very spirited, very intuitive. But just like something with a spiritual can change very quickly at an instant. It's kind of like the moon. The sun, is rules the sign of Leo. The moon rules Cancer. So at that today, the sun is more it's kind of a hard to change type thing. You think of a masculine energy when they have the pride, they're pretty much fixed on what they believe in. The sun rules Leo. And when I'm thinking of the sun, I'm thinking of the masculine energy in the current society we live in today. It just never changes. It's always male dominated, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about today. That the sign of the sun. So once again, I'm going to be doing multiple cards for each individual sign. I'm going by planets today. So I'm starting off today with our Aquarius sun. I'm going to draw one card for the sun for Aquarius. And so currently, the way the energies are coming with the sun, the way the different planets are reacting with Aquarius today, this is the energies that we can expect for Aquarius. Once again, I'm not doing person one, person two. I'm just doing one single card today. For the average Aquarius or the person that is watching here today, we'll see which card we have for the Aquarius sun. How are you doing today, Emmanuel? And I did say I was going to do Aquarius first. How are you doing, Joyce? Aquarius. Very interesting. Now the strength card. I like the strength card for Aquarius sun. So, Emmanuel, you're Aquarius today. And so this is probably for you. I'm Aquarius too, so it could be for both of us. But what I'm seeing is a strength card. It's a wonderful card to have today. And this is probably the greatest card that I love. And especially for me right now, Emmanuel, when it comes to Aquarius sun sign, I'm getting the strength card, and it's the strength card is showing that maybe if you've been struggling for something, it's showing that a lot of strength is coming to you. Very strong times with the Aquarius sun right now as we speak. And I'm going to clarify this. A lot of strength, a lot of will. It's almost like a lot of energy that is coming for Aquarius today. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energies. So what I'm feeling is the energies coming out of currently where we have right now. We're about to be going into Leo soon. For many Aquariuses today, celebrating just wonderful times in your life where everything is just, everything is just going strong for you. Maybe in relationships, your passions in life. 4 is a destination number, but it also rules Cancer, which is the 4th house in astrology. So I'm actually married to a Cancer too, so very interesting. So strong things coming, strong celebrations coming to you. Maybe your marriage, if depending on what you have there. But what I am seeing for Cancer sun, Aquarius sun today is there's definite celebrations that has taken place. Maybe people coming together, maybe partying. This is the party that is not being crashed, but definitely celebrations, weddings, kind of the energy I'm getting today. A lot of strength. If this is a marriage, this is a strong marriage. If this is a birthday party of someone, this is something that is wonderful. A lot of energies come in, a lot of celebrations for Aquarius sun. Now, really quickly, I am going to be drawing this up today. So wonderful energies coming for Aquarius sun, and I'm going to be doing really quickly for the Aquarius moon. So if you have an Aquarius moon today, Aquarius moon, once again, this is going to be a very long reading tonight. I have all night. I plan on this being a long reading. I'm going to be going through every single sign, every single planet. Aquarius moon. If you have an Aquarius moon, this is for Aquarius moon. Now the moon represents intuitiveness. It represents the 4th house in astrology, which pretty much represents maternal energy. Your children, pretty much the children that you're going to have. It also rules femininity a lot of the times. Maternal type energy. The 4th house, Cancer, rules the moon. So a lot of times it represents intuitiveness. And tarot card is the moon card. Actually, a lot of times represents dreams and nightmares and fantasy and things like that as well. So for Aquarius moon, if you have an Aquarius moon, so we might have someone here with an Aquarius moon. You have the 8 of Swords. Very interesting. This is an Aquarius card today. Aquarius moon. It's, there's definitely been a tough bondage, and maybe emotionally you've been keeping yourself back, and it's almost like you've been having problems getting out of a situation. But I wanted to let you know, if you have an Aquarius moon, there's wonderful energies coming up. This is something where you could not get yourself out of the situation. It's almost like you're keeping yourself bound. But here I'm seeing that for Aquarius moon, if you have an Aquarius moon today, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energy is very interesting. This could be someone maybe who's a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces with an Aquarius moon. Interesting. I'm seeing that you're letting go of these emotions, the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Cups. You're letting go of these emotions, and you're moving a step higher in your life and your own emotions. You're letting go of maybe this up to your higher power, and it's almost like you're coming to just laying it down today. What has been holding you back and emotionally, maybe in your relationships, maybe pertaining to people around you that you're very close to, maybe your marriage, your spouse, or you're letting go of the doubt and what has been holding you back, what has been stopping growth and from moving forward if you're Aquarius moon today. The energy's coming out. I'm kind of getting an intense Scorpio type energy. So that's energy's coming out of today. We also have a Virgo moon as we speak. But this is a Aquarius moon. If you were born with an Aquarius moon, if you want to know where your signs were, where you're born, go and check the astrologer.com. That's actually created by Kelly Fox, the astrologer, and or you could download the app on your mobile app on your phone as well. I have Astrovisor. So if we have going to Mercury today, if your Mercury was in Aquarius, this is the energies that we can be expecting today. So Mercury and Aquarius. Once again, Mercury is about to go into retrograde. And let me see here. And I'll give you the exact date. Mercury is about to go in retrograde. In fact, yep. The 26th of July, Mercury is going into retrograde. And so I wanted to keep you mark that on the calendar because there's going to be a lot of intense energies coming out of Mercury in retrograde. How are you doing today, Nicolina? Mercury goes into retrograde. So if you're an Aquarius and your Mercury was an Aquarius, I'm an Aquarius sun sign. My Mercury was also an Aquarius. This is what you can be expecting today. The energies coming out, this could be the near time future, but kind of an energy that is starting to set in as we speak. We're in the shadow period of Mercury in retrograde right now. And so for Aquarius, with Mercury and Aquarius, if you have Mercury in the astrological sign of Aquarius when you were born, this is the energies that we are actually getting at the moment. If you have an Aquarius in your birth chart with Mercury, and a Mercury Aquarius. So once again, this is something completely different today. I'm going to be going through all planets, all signs. Now, Mercury is actually very interesting. Mercury is a very fast-moving planet. It is the closest planet to our sun. And there's actually two signs that actually Mercury rules. Venus is just alike. There's two different signs that Venus rules because at different times, we could be looking out, and one time Mercury may be on the other side of the sun, while the other is still in between us and the sun, but it's closer to us. It's on this side of the sun. So that's why you have Mercury and Venus that actually rules two different zodiacs. Mercury, very interesting. The energy's coming out with the Mercury and retrograde. It's very interesting, and it makes complete sense today if you're Aquarius with Mercury. The Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card is, some things that you're having to judge and inside of yourself internally, which I find very interesting with the Mercury and Aquarius. It's almost like you're making judgment and for the better. It's almost like you're checking yourself. Maybe you're making announcements. I mean, you're going to be going to higher places. Maybe there's going to be some endings, some new changes in your life with the Mercury and Aquarius. But there's also an announcement that has been made. You're checking yourself. You're checking to see if anything you've done that is wrong. What do I need to change about my life? You're making judgments for the better. I mean, this is not reversed today. This is upright. So there's positive judgments. That the energy that I'm getting with today, if you have Mercury and Aquarius. To clarify the Judgment card, because I do clarify major arcanas, the King of Swords. So you are making positive judgments. If you have maybe some dishonesty, maybe some self-doubt, maybe manipulation. This is a masculine energy most of the time with the King of Swords in reverse. If you have known anything in your life that was maybe false, maybe emotions, thoughts, ideas, creative ideas. This could be even had to do a lot of times swords. Those represents thoughts as well. And it's almost like you're judging those thoughts, those ideas, those emotions, the things in your life that are not true. People in your life. And, once again, this is an Aquarius energy. This is kind of you, Aquarius. So we have Mercury in Aquarius. This is a masculine energy. And so you are going to be maybe having some endings. This could be, getting rid of negative things in your life. The judgment is almost like checking to see what you're needing to remove out of your life for the better. Making decisions, maybe to make changes in your life, new beginnings, endings, putting the old, new things coming to your life type energies with Mercury and Aquarius. And that's what I'm getting today. Anything that is manipulative, that is false, that is kind of a negative, draining energy to your thoughts, emotions, your ideas, and creativity. I'm feeling you're checking that today, and you're making a better change for yourself. And it may be hard to let some things go, but it is going to be for the best, is what I wanted to say to you. If no matter what your sun sign is, this is kind of the energy if you have Mercury and Aquarius. Really quickly today, also for the Aquarius sign, I am going to Venus. So if you have, I've done the sun, I've done the moon. If you have Venus and Aquarius, now me, I do not have Venus and Aquarius. My Venus is in Virgo. But if you have Venus and Aquarius, this is what you can be expecting for the energies that is coming out as we speak. So I have general energies for today with the next 24 hours. This is kind of the energies that you can be expecting if your Venus was in Aquarius. Once again, this is going to be a long reading, and I plan on saving this to YouTube, and people can go watch this for hours and hours and hours, because I'm very interested to see what I get, because a lot of the retrogrades is coming up. If your Venus was in Aquarius, Venus, we have the Three of Staffs. I apologize, the Five of Staffs. So very interesting with Venus and Aquarius is this is the energies. I like seeing the Five of Wands upright, because this is a playfulness. This is, maybe like arm wrestle. Maybe your Venus rules love, relationships. It rules marriage, the sign of Libra, the 7th house. But it also rules Taurus as well. And so very interesting. If you're Venus, you could be either be represented by Taurus or Libra today. Very interesting with that. And so there's kind of some minor conflicts, nothing major. I'm feeling wrestling may play. If this is kind of coming out as a Libra energy, I would have said, right now we have Venus that is in Virgo as we speak. And which is interesting, is I was born with Venus in Virgo. So looking at this today, I would say there was kind of a playfulness. There's maybe some minor conflicts. Maybe some conflicts. I am going to clarify this today, but I'm looking at this as there's some minor issues and conflicts. It's not like a serious fight or like a smackdown or anything like that, but it's maybe playfulness, coming together with your spouse, your lover. Maybe if this is a Taurus type Venus, it'll be, maybe struggle minor issues, maybe dealing with your money, maybe, or even getting stuff with your money together, maybe going out and playing around, and just cutting up a little bit, just minor play, or maybe minor issues dealing with money and finances. Taurus rules the 2nd house in astrology. So very interesting with that. Now, if to clarify the Five of Staffs today, let's just say the Venus and Aquarius, we have the Three of Swords. And so the Three of Swords is upright today. So it's almost like this is kind of some petty issues, and maybe there's some playing that is going on, some wrestling, some minor issues, and maybe this could be hurtful to you. I mean, some people are kind of sensitive. Venus rules Libra. They're both air signs, but you kind of that Taurus energy as well. Maybe there's some grief, there's some pain, and maybe you just have some nitty bitty little petty little issues that you're wrestling with. Very interesting with that. I'm feeling the 5 and 3 coming together represents the number 8 and numerology. And so there is going to be, some good things that comes out about this. It's almost like, maybe you've been going through some pain, some issues. Maybe if this is whatever the area it is, maybe your passions, maybe your emotions. And you're just kind of going through some little bitty little struggles and battles to really get things together in your life. You're pretty much fighting in this. For some, if you have Venus and Aquarius, this could be, going through some minor issues in your life that really could be grievous. Really could be emotional pain to you. But some of these little bitty things could really make a big difference in your life, and could be just little bitty, nitty, petty little things that really could make a damage to your emotions. Someone could be saying this, or you could be playing around, and this. It's just like how would I say it? An oversensitivity type. You're feeling the emotions, the pain over something that maybe just little bitty things, Really quickly today, if you're Aquarius, let's just say Mercury, Mars. I'm looking at Mars today, the planet of Mars. Mars at the moment as we speak is in Aquarius. Very interesting. And so the energy's coming up. If your Mars is in Aquarius, if your Mars was in Aquarius, I was born with Mercury in Aquarius. If your Mars at birth, when you were born, if your Mars, the minute that you were born was in Aquarius or during the day that you were born, this is kind of the energies I'll be picking up for you today with the current Mars that we have in Aquarius as well. This is actually known as a return because you were born with Mars in Aquarius. In astrology, I'm doing a very depth astrological tarot reading today. And so this would be a return in your life. So basically, you would have Mars as a very masculine energy in Aquarius. And Aquarius actually rules, it actually rules, humanitarian type efforts. It's a very humanitarian type energy, but it is a fixed energy. And Aquarius, sometimes, could, what's the word to say with Aquarius, could be very eccentric. So you have maybe some kind of eccentricities in your life, maybe some addictions, kind of a masculine energy type, the water bearer. And it's kind of a giving energy, very giving. So with that today, I'm feeling kind of a very masculine type energy today. It's kind of what I'm getting. I was born with Mars. I think my Mars was, I think my Mars was in Leo. I'm not for sure. I'll have to look. But today Mars is in Aquarius. So if you're born with Mars in Aquarius, this is what you can be expecting with the energies coming out of today. We have the moon, Mars in Aquarius. The moon is a very good card. This is you dreaming. This is fantasizing. A feminine energy, actually. It's kind of like kind of a psychic type energy, if that's what I would say sometimes. And I'm going to clarify this in a moment. But it is the 18th card of the tarot deck, or in the major arcana cards. You have the Fool card, which is 0, which represents affinity. You have the Moon card, which is 18. So looking at the moon chart, it's definitely like your dreams, and it's definitely like using your intuition and fantasy, and it's definitely exploring your fantasy. So with Mars and Aquarius and getting this type, Mars and Aquarius and getting this type energy, I would have said, this is kind of a maternal type energy. We do actually have a lot of eclipses that is taking place. So I'm really feeling that with the moon type card. At the same time, the moon eclipsing the sun, and that's some things that we have coming up. Lunar eclipses as well that is going on in this time frame. So with that today, with Mars, which is a masculine energy, and you think of the Leo, which rules the 5th house, is a very kind of masculine type energy as well. We're getting a lot of eclipse type energies. I feel personally, a lot of wonderful things happening. I feel kind of feeling like dreams type, like your dreams kind of really take an effect on you, and really a positive type, dreamy type vibe. So we'll see what I get to clarify the moon card. Sometimes the moon card could represent nightmares. I'm not really feeling that. Clarifying the moon card. Well, the strength card, wow. Now the strength is a Leo energy, very interesting. I was just kind of talking about Leo just a moment ago. So we have like a double super. We have Leo that is coming up, very interesting. We have a supercharged fiery energy, but at the same time, kind of a water energy with Mars. So very interesting with that. Mars is a very close planet to the sun. We have, Mercury. So I mean, it's not like Jupiter, Saturn. So Mars is known as the red planet. It's the planet it is furthest away from the sun from the planet Earth. So it's still one of the inner planets to the sun. Very interesting. I feel that it's bringing strength to you. Strength to maybe your dreams, your past, the mother of your children, or maybe family. This is your mother. There's a lot of strength that is coming. Scorpio type energies as well. Pisces. But I'm feeling this is us very This is, I would say, this is coming for you, Mars and Aquarius. This is strength coming to you spiritually. This is growth that has happened in a spiritual sense, maybe your dreams. And once again, it's looking wonderful for you. If you're wanting to have children, I would say, when it comes to women fertility, if you have Mars and Aquarius, looking at this particular card today, I mean, I would give that as a positive energy. If that was a question, am I going to have a child? I mean, I would have looked at that as a definite yes. It's definitely your dreams, strength. It's almost like your dreams growing. There's strength coming to your dreams. And so if you had a particular dream that you're wanting to do, you've got the strength to do it. Now's to do it. If you have Mars and Aquarius. Jupiter. If you have Jupiter and Aquarius. If you have Jupiter in Aquarius, I'm at 27 minutes right now, and I'm still stuck on Jupiter. Jupiter in Aquarius. All right, if you have Jupiter in Aquarius. Now, Jupiter rules the Sagittarius. So a lot of fiery sign energies. Jupiter also represents the planet of higher learning, expansion, growth. Also higher love. It's a very spiritual love with higher power that comes from your higher power. But we just had Jupiter coming out of retrograde. It is now in direct. So it's almost like, whoo, the energies are just coming back again. Now, if you have Jupiter in Aquarius, you have the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins, and I'm seeing this. It looks fertility. I'm seeing fertility type energy. With with this rabbit here today, we have the Queen of Coins. Sometimes it could be kind of I'm looking. I'm actually seeing this kind of a fertile energies for finances, for promotions, maybe at work, for growth when it comes to money. But also, fertility as well in a relationship, a lot of love in a relationship, a lot of, passion, and it's almost like, you have a money coming in. It's almost like, oh, wow, just got a job. We ought to celebrate, honey, type energy, if you have, and Aquarius, I'm looking at this today, it's a feminine focus. It's almost like connecting to your higher power in a spiritual sense, a very spiritual feminine type energy. And that's why I got the Queen of Coins today. Aquarius is already a humanitarian feminist type energy a lot of the times. And then we have Jupiter, which represents higher learning. I'm seeing today that in a spiritual sense, relationships are just going to be very amazing. Wonderful. Ask you to bear with me just a moment. That's the energies I'm getting today. The Queen of Coins, I'm going to draw the clarification card today. Once again, celebrating. I didn't say that. You're celebrating. So if this is, let's say, a new job, new income that is coming in, definite celebration. Ace of Swords, that could be fertility as well. And reverse. There you go, Jupiter and Aquarius. You could be celebrating. You have new income coming in. Maybe you're expecting a child and you're celebrating. There you go. It could be both. Very, very interesting energies. The only negative thing that I would seriously get, I'm not getting anything negative with the Four of Staffs. So I can say I'm not expecting anything negative. If you were born with Jupiter and Aquarius, I'm getting very positive energies. You could be celebrating, really celebrating, maybe a birth of a new job, birth of new income, a lot of positive energies coming into your life, a lot of fertile grounds when it comes to money, when it comes to marriage, and even when it comes to children today. If you have Jupiter and Aquarius, looking very wonderful. Okay, Jupiter, Saturn. If you had Saturn and Aquarius, if you were born with Saturn and Aquarius, right now, Saturn as we speak, looking at this today, I just said it just a moment ago, I did believe, Saturn is in Capricorn. And so Saturn, being a Capricorn, is an earth sign, and it actually is ruled by Capricorn. So Saturn rules Capricorn, and it is in Capricorn, and right now there's a return. So if you were born, let's say you had Saturn and Aquarius, Saturn is back at its original house right now, and so you have the Aquarian Capricorn type of connection. And I'm kind of feeling bringing an Aquarian and a Capricorn type energy together type thing, and I can relate to that because I already know what's coming from me right now. So I do not have Saturn and Aquarius, but however, I am an Aquarius, and if you look at my Aquarius, I have Aquarius Sun, and there's actually kind of interesting. I have a very close connection to Capricorn itself. So let's just say if you have Saturn and Aquarius, this is what we can be expecting today. Saturn and Aquarius. We have the Magician card in reverse. So very interesting. The Magician card is kind of a draining energy. Sometimes this could be black magic. This could be, someone who is a fake psychic. This would be someone, who is coming as someone who you could trust, someone who has psychic abilities, who's intellectual, someone who has a lot of intuition, and they're false. I mean, that's what Five of Coins. So this could be sickness. Very interesting. Saturn is in Capricorn, an earth sign. The Magician is an Aries card. And what I find very interesting at the moment right now, Saturn is actually in the 10th house, and which rules Capricorn. The 10th house rules Capricorn. So the 10th house is in Capricorn with Saturn in Capricorn right now as we speak. There's a kind of a draining energy to your health. So be aware of your health, draining energies. Once again, maybe this also could be, this looking at this particular card could be kind of a narcissistical type abilities. Let's say you have someone who says they know it all and they're scamming you, and they believe they know it all. It's almost like, they're looking at in themselves. Narcissist, he died because he looked in the water and he fell face first into the water, and that's how he died. It was his self-pride, it was his arrogance that killed him. And that's kind of the energies that I'm getting here with kind of a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel this is Capricorn energies because we have, Saturn that is currently in Capricorn. So looking at it, I would see kind of a narcissistical type abilities, or someone who is sick, someone who is ill, a lot of drained energies, with this being an earth sign today. So that's kind of what I'm getting as an energy coming out, specifically if you were born with Saturn and Aquarius. Now at that today we have Saturn and Capricorn. This could be some things that multiple people feel outside of Saturn and Aquarius as well. But if you are Saturn and Aquarius, like, wow, this is a very strong energy that I am picking up today. A lot of negative energies, illness, narcissistical people in your life that you're needing to get rid of. draining of your finances. Um, Going to someone for help. I'm seeing kind of a water sign type energy there that could be helping you out. Very interesting. If you're Capricorn with the Saturn and Capricorn, but there's definitely, that kind of negative energy there today. Aquarius, let's see, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. Uranus currently, as we speak, is actually is in the sign of Taurus. You have Taurus, an Earth sign. So Uranus is currently in Taurus, and so spirit, what can we be expecting with if you were born with the planet of Uranus and Taurus? I was born with what was my Uranus? I know I had Neptune in 4th house Capricorn. I have to bring up my chart in this moment. If you were born with Uranus, this is in the sign of Taurus, which is an Earth sign. Uranus is the planet of instability, and Saturn sometimes could be as well, but specifically Uranus. So wow, when I'm getting that with Saturn and Taurus is Uranus is an Earth sign as well, and that really is very unstable. So I'm kind of interested to see what I get. If you were born with Uranus and Aquarius, Eight of Staffs. This Eight of Wands card is actually, it's almost like you're underestimating yourself. There's a need to aim higher in your life. It's almost like you're giving yourself a short-hand in life. When I'm looking at the Eight of Staffs, it's kind of a fiery type energy in this particular card, even in spite of Uranus, being an Aquarius type energy. So Uranus rules an Aquarius. And if you were born with Uranus and Aquarius, Uranus rules Aquarius. And what I would get with the energies today, because Uranus is in Taurus, it is almost like there's some things. It's almost like you're holding yourself back. You're needing to aim higher in your life. Maybe you're needing to aim a little higher because there's just some things kind of holding you back. I do feel this is kind of in the self type energy internally, but there's definitely the need. It's basically the message that you can do better for yourself. Do better for yourself, maybe in your passions, your work, or whatever the energy that I'm getting through here today is. Most likely has to do with money, finances, work type energy. But I'm feeling that there's much more that you have the capability of doing, whether this be relationships or whatever it is, that you have the ability to aim higher and do better for yourself. Two of Swords, communication, peace, balance that it could be coming in your life. I feel this is emotions as well. This is something inside of you. So your own emotions, your own ideas and your thoughts and your own doubt is almost like has been holding you back. And I feel there's a need coming into your life to aim higher, to shoot higher in life, to shoot for the stars type energy. And this is going to bring a lot of peace. It's going to bring a lot of balance. It's almost like maybe someone is coming to you and saying, oh, you're so much better. This could be a confidant, someone who's going to come to you and communicate, type energies. And it's going to be very wonderful. Kind of a friend type energy. There could be a lot of this revealing type energies. You're going to start to realize the abilities that you have in your life. A lot of intuition in this particular card here. I love that. I love that particular card today. You put the 8 and 2 together. It actually comes to the number 10. And once again, 10 is the number of Capricorn. And right now, looking at this, we have Uranus, which is in Taurus, not Capricorn. But I thought I'm actually seeing something very interesting in the chart here. Because Uranus is currently in the 2nd house of Taurus right now. And so Capricorn is another earth energy as well. You're going to start to see what you're able to do, that you're able to do better for yourself and your family financially. There could be some sorrow in your life as well. 10 is reduced to the number 1. Sometimes that could represent beginnings, endings as well. That could be sorrow or fresh starts of things in your life as well. So really quickly, that was Uranus. Neptune, if you have Neptune in Aquarius. if you happen to have Neptune in Aquarius. I don't know a lot of people like that. Neptune in Aquarius. Right now, Neptune is currently, as we speak, is in the sign of Pisces. And so the sign of Pisces, we have Neptune. Pisces is the ruling house, is the ruling sign, is the ruling sign of Neptune. And it represents spirituality. It represents hardship sometimes in astrology. It could be difficult when you're getting Neptune and Pisces as we speak right now. And you have, let's just say you're born with Uranus and Aquarius, Aquarian being, that 11th house. Being kind of the humanitarian eccentric type energies, and it's almost like you're going to be very dedicated to spirituality. That's kind of what I would feel today, and it would be like be a very deep spiritual, type energy. So that's kind of what I'm getting today. But we'll see what we have in the cards. And this is if you were born with Neptune in Aquarius. Page of Coins. The Page of Coins is actually taking a step up. It is, it is that taking that step up in your balance and your finances. It's almost like, it's kind of like a promise, maybe something is going to be promised to you. Maybe money, job situations. Once again, this is a kind of a Taurus type energy. Uranus is Taurus, so an earth sign. So I was kind of feeling that we were going to get an earth sign card. Very interesting. And I wanted to show you something. And I'm not going to use this card. We have the Page of Cups at the bottom. And the Page of Cups represents, kind of that Pisces type energy. And it does spirituality type card. And it represents people seeing more than what's on the surface, what's within, type energy. So keep that in mind today. That was the bottom underlying energy card today. I'm not going to take that, but I did just kind of want to throw that in there. There definitely is that kind of that sense there today, because that was the bottom line energy. Five of Coins. I got this just a moment ago. Very interesting. The Five of Coins is a battle. It's not reversed today, so it is kind of a minor battle. So maybe you've been really struggling when it comes to finances, or maybe pertaining to money, career, work, maybe in the past, or illnesses in your life. Now, Uranus and Taurus. We had Uranus that went to Taurus, I believe, was the 15th of May. And we had the Ebola outbreak that started in Africa on that particular day. And so when I'm getting the Five of Coins, and I'm seeing, Uranus and Taurus, Uranus rules a planet of instability, being an earth sign in the realm of Earth. And so a lot of illnesses, a lot of, diseases. I wouldn't be surprised at the flu or the Ebola. I'm still continuing to really, but I feel it's kind of minor in a sense that would be in a reverse. I mean, it could be a whole lot worse. Financially, maybe this is trying to take a grasp, of that promise that you have financially. Maybe you're taking a step, but it's a minor step type energy, but you have one foot kept on the ground to keep yourself planted. It's almost like, the Page of Coins. This could be going to, let's just say, going to get a new job, and you have to go through training, the process. This could be taking that minor steps to get that job today. It's almost you have the page, you have the knight, the queens, and the king, and you have the queen, you have the king, you're at the top. It's you're getting up there. As page is also known as the princess, kind of a feminine type energy. So getting that today is, I'm feeling kind of a stubbornness, because it's like a small step, but you're trying to avoid taking that you're pouring your whole self up, and you're still keeping your other foot on that ground. It's almost like just as a backup in case that doesn't work out type energies. There's kind of a stubborn, bullheaded type energy, and very interesting with Uranus and Taurus. Taurus is kind of a stubborn energy. So maybe if you're sick and you're going through an illness, what I would say is go get help. Because maybe for some people could be kind of stubbornness, and maybe they're like, I don't want to go get help. I don't want to go to that hospital. And they're kind of beating around the bush about going to get help. And you're sick, you're sick. And maybe it is minor, but you don't want this to turn up right. And, it could be a whole lot worse type energies. So if you get sick, go to the doctor. A lot of health issues, money issues. Yes, you do have that promise, but it's not in your hand yet. It's just a promise that you're bouncing on your finger type energy. You're not stepping in there fully when it comes to your money, finances, job situations. It's almost like you're seeing kind of a financial struggle, and it's almost like but then the other half is taking that step up, and it doesn't make sense. It creates kind of an unstableness. Think of it as unstableness, maybe in finances. It's instability. It's instability when it comes to health, and that's kind of what I'm feeling today with Uranus and Taurus. If you have Uranus and Aquarius, I would definitely say that this could be eccentric, could be mental health possible, diseases. This could be something that really affects your mind. Aquarius is kind of an air sign, which does rules the mind. How are you doing, Champagne? It does rule, your emotions, your intellect. And so looking at this today, it's almost like you're using your intellect, and it's almost like it's kind of a surprise to you, if I wanted to say. Maybe you never expected, you could be this sick or something, you're going to have this issue, you think it's going to get better, but you can do so much to actually improve it and actually make it better. It's almost like you're kind of being stubborn about it. You need to step up and take a step on more of a firmer foundation instead of just remaining half in and half out type energies. Once again, a lot of illness, a lot of sickness, a lot of financial instabilities. But at the same time, I feel this is going to affect you on emotional, intellectual, and emotional type level if you have Uranus and Aquarius. I feel that it could be your mind that is holding you back from money. It could be, literally, kind of just emotional wreck type energies. That's kind of what I'm feeling today. Your mind is being clouded, kind of a clouded mind, a distorted, clouded mind. You're not seeing, you're not seeing it, You're needing to see it, but you're not. We have just did Uranus. I apologize. Yeah, I'm going to do Neptune. Neptune. I apologize. That was Uranus, not Neptune. If you have Neptune Aquarius. Neptune is ruled by the sign of Pisces. And right now it is in Pisces. So if you have, let's say, Neptune in Aquarius at birth, it's possible. But let's see. Neptune in Aquarius, if you were born with Neptune in Aquarius, this is the energies that you'd be expecting right now with Neptune and Pisces. Like, wow, that's like a supercharge, That's like a double dose of spirituality, and then maybe even the troubleness, the difficult time situations of being a Pisces, type thing, it would be, just the worst case scenario if you were going through difficult times. But if this was a psychic connection to your higher power, this would be the best of times, especially with, we have the Aquarius moon, and, the blood moon, and the eclipse and all that. It's just amazing. So if you had Neptune in Aquarius at birth, Neptune in Aquarius, if you had Neptune in Aquarius, Six of Staffs. I'm leaning more kind of towards a difficult type situation as of now. This would, if I had this upright today, Neptune and Aquarius, sometimes Aquarius could be you don't have a lot of support with you, and maybe you're feeling you're going at a situation alone, which a lot of times Pisces goes through a lot of that negative energy. But the Six of Staffs, Pisces goes through a lot of negative energy, and it's like, wow, Pisces is always like the worst end of the zodiacs. The Six of Staffs is almost like you're not coming on top of something. You're not gaining the support on which you're at right now. looking at this particular card, it is almost like if there's anyone underneath you, they're not supporting you. This is you not climbing to the top. If you're trying to get a promotion, it's that kind of energies. Wow. Really quickly, I want to show you. We have the 3 of coins, and I don't know how much this means or anything, but what it did surprise me, I'm not using this card, but it's kind of interesting. The 3 of coins represents contracts. So this would be, people not supporting you, when it comes to contracts that you made. If you have, Neptune and Aquarius, this would be, you not having the support, signing off on a house or signing off on a car. This would, the 3 of coins is definitely, the contract is the paperwork that is being signed. Let's just say if you were wanting to take out a loan, buy a house, make a commitment that deals with money, contracts, job contracts. Let's just say if you got in a supervisor position, let's just say you did with Neptune and Aquarius, this would be you going into this place and nobody is giving a flying flip about you. They're not showing you the support. They're just completely rejecting you type energies. And I'm sorry for that, for you if you have, Neptune and Aquarius. If this is something, let's just say this was a house, and you're getting that particular thing because that is the 3 of coins upright. It is signing off on that paperwork today. It is, and maybe if you're getting into a marriage, you're signing off on a marriage or contract. I mean, signing birth certificates possible. This would, if you had children, this would be your family not showing you support. It's kind of like you're having some problems dealing with family type energies. It is almost like, people not wanting you to submit to you type energies and support you, show support, of you being on top, Here it's almost like you're at the bottom, If this is a workplace, it's almost like you're putting the 6 and I want to show you the 6 and 9 together. The 6 is reversed, it's still a 9, so it's almost like a double 9. But sometimes it can create kind of a Cancer type energies. And very interesting. We are in the month of Cancer right now, which I find interesting. So looking at that today, if you had Neptune, I feel that you're going to be having some problems. You might get the contract, you might get the sign off on the paperwork, you might get the loan, you might, decide to make that commitment and sign off, and certificates and the contracts and when it comes to work or whatever. But it's almost like whoever this is, whoever you're signing off with, they're not going to support you. It's probably not even going to work. I mean, we have Mercury coming into retrograde. Anything you do with Mercury retrograde, first of all, it's not going to work. We're in a shadow period now. It's not going to happen. It's almost like you're going to get yourself in a situation and you get yourself into it. Nothing stops you from getting into it. But once you get into it, it's almost like, bam, we have the Mercury retrograde and, nothing wants to work out, type energies. So having Neptune and Aquarius at birth, a fixed sign Aquarius, very eccentric. Could this be just literally people just not wanting in their own mind? It's almost like this. It's like a natural rebellion type energy. So Aquarius, a lot of times there's a rebellion sign, and Neptune and Aquarius is pretty much, it's like a problem. It's a problem with rebellion. So what I wanted to say today. Very rebellious type energies of people around you, type energies. Very interesting. Really quickly, if you have, I just did Neptune. Pluto, if you had Pluto in Aquarius right now, Pluto in Aquarius, I have done the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and now I'm doing Pluto. If you have Pluto in Aquarius, I mean, I don't see how that's possible, but If you might be a little old. Pluto is just very slow moving. But it also, Pluto, any houses that is ruled by Pluto as well. Right now, Aquarius, so, if you were born with, an 11th house, Pluto in 11th houses, you might pick up on an type energy as well. So Pluto in Aquarius. If someone was born with Pluto in Aquarius, this would be the energies that Pluto would be pulling in as the next 24 hours. I'm probably only going to do earth signs for tonight. I'm probably going to go ahead and separate different signs and, as multiple nights. But for tonight, this is Pluto in Aquarius, seeing how long it's taken. If you were born Pluto in Aquarius, we got 3 of Cups. Very interesting. 3 of Cups is abundance. Could be a third-party situation, people coming together possible. Pluto in Aquarius is very interesting. Sometimes Pluto could rule money. Aquarius is kind of a humanitarian type energy, people giving, receiving on a humanitarian type of level, but it is also very eccentric. It's the natural rebellion. Pluto, you think of Pluto, and sometimes it can be a very negative energy as well. But this is very positive. So far. So Pluto in Aquarius, if you were born with Pluto in Aquarius, I'll have to look back and see when the last 2 Pluto was in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius, clarifying the 3 of Cups. If you were born with Pluto in Aquarius, that fell out, so I'm going to take it. Wow, 2 of Swords. I'm going to take that because it is an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It is an air sign card, and it does make sense. Lack of peace, lack of harmony, lack of imbalance. Just to say you're going out, you're in a relationship, and maybe you have, let's just say, if you are an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in your charts, let's just say there's kind of that peace and a balance. We have, maybe people coming together, maybe a celebration, party type energies coming together. This could be third party celebration. The reason why I'm saying that is because there's something that you don't know. There's something that is kind of being hit, that I would kind of look at this as maybe kind of similar to the High Priestess in reverse, the 2 of Swords. But it's almost like, you're not seeing the truth. You're kind of being hidden from the truth. You're being hidden from the truth emotionally, maybe something that is affecting emotionally. Maybe you're hiding the truth and blocking it. Maybe someone could be trying to release that truth, maybe a third person type outside energy, and your relationship maybe about a third party. And that's kind of the energies I'm getting. You put 5 and 2 together, it creates the number 5. 3 and 2, it creates number 5, and I do not like the number 5. Like the number 5 because I think of 5, I think of controversy. I think of I really think of a lot of controversial type energies. Very interesting. Lack of peace, lack of balance, lack of harmony. This could be in a relationship. If you have Pluto and Aquarius, what I would personally say is, you do have people coming together in a time where there's been a lot of lack of harmony, a lot of peace, a lot of imbalance, and maybe you do have people coming together with this. You're kind of seeing people come together at a really bad time and time and place. This could be in a positive sense, but it could be in a negative sense as well. It could even be cheating, a spouse cheating on you. Starting all over, I'm at an hour right now as we speak, so I'm going to go to Libra. I don't know if we have a Libra here today. Start with Libra Sun. If you have a Libra Sun, anyone here with a Libra Sun? I'm going to try to make this quick using this Clio Power Deck. If you have a Libra Sun today, I'm going to try to use different decks here today. That way I don't have to lift up the cards and keep on shuffling. All right. Libra. If you're a Libra sun sign, we have the Three of Cups. Very interesting. I did feel kind of a Libra and Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy just a moment ago with Pluto. And I did say it was kind of a Libra, lack of peace, lack of harmony, lack of this is kind of, I feel this could be a Libra sun sign. A Libra sun sign with Pluto, in the charts. Very interesting. That is possible. This might not even be a person, actually. This might be representing a nation that might have been born around this time when Pluto was, in Aquarius. This might have been events that happened, and Pluto happened in Aquarius a long time ago. I mean, this might have been events some events that led up to what is going on today. And I'm going to look back at that and probably do another a video with that when I do find that out. So do keep updated. But what I'm saying today, this is a country that was born when Pluto. This is a very deep level today. Not necessarily a person, but even a country or even a state or whatever. This would be, the Three of Cups people come together, type energy. And maybe I do not like that, because why would they come together type energy? But at the same time, it could be an overflow of abundance. I'm going to clarify the Three of Cups. I was getting a very strong Libra energy there. So this could have been maybe something that had been spawned, during the very ending of September, majority of October, minus the last several days. So Libra, clarifying the Three of Cups. This is for Libra Sun. Ten of Cups. So this is pertaining to family coming together, people coming together in relationships. Very wonderful energy with that today. And that's what I'm getting. New beginnings with family, maybe coming together, starting new beginnings with family, maybe even family coming together. So it's kind of what I'm getting today. I did kind of feel people coming together in a time of hardship. A lot of abundance with this as well. For Libra Sun. Very interesting. Libra Moon. If you are a Libra Moon today, so I'm doing something different. This is the energies coming out of the next 24 hours. If you're here today, and in general, if you are a Libra Moon, the way the planets are lined up and everything in the universe is lined up now, if you are a Libra Moon, the energies coming from that Libra Moon are with where the Moon is today. The Moon currently is in Virgo. Yes, Virgo. Virgo is actually a feminine energy. Very interesting. You had the Moon, which is feminine energy. Virgo, a lot of times, it rules the 6th house, but also rules a lot of times work and labor. And you got the Moon. I feel like kind of a feminist type energy, actually, to be honest. So let's just say if your Moon was in Libra, Justice card in reverse right there. That's kind of what I'm feeling today. Knight of Cups. This is very interesting. Now, Libra Sun was showing a lot of growth and a lot of people coming together and relationships, family. But for the Libra Moon, is showing kind of different. This is the movement that is not happening. This is going forward that is not happening. This is, this could be someone who's actually a fire sign based type energy in their charts as well. But, a relationship, that is not being offered up. Let's just say you're Libra Moon. This is a relationship that is not coming to you. This is a movement that isn't happening. Someone is not giving you that love today. Someone that is not giving you that love. It's not being offered up to you. That's type energies. I'm feeling kind of a fiery type energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it's movement that is not happening in this relationship kind of type energies. And I'm feeling with that today, with the moon in Virgo, it's a very feminist type energy. Um, it's almost like they have their choice, to make their own decision type thing. But at the same time, maybe to focus on something that pertains to their own life, getting their life together. Maybe to focus on work and type energies. Page of Coins, once again, the moon is in Virgo. Page of Coins is it's no woman. This is once again, this is a page is a lot of times a princess type energy. So this is mostly a female that is not just offering you love. If you're a man or if you're a woman, you're not giving someone that night, the opportunity type energy. It's kind of a no type energy. This could be a female earth energy and a man with fire energy, or a man with earth energy and a female with fire energy type energy, and vice versa. It's pretty much it's just not happening. Now looking at this, and maybe doing because of the lack of finances. Once again, you Page of Coins, if you're needing to get your money together, you're needing to get a job, get yourself together when it comes to work and all that. That could be what you're really focused on today, because you're really struggling in that sense. That person could be struggling in that sense. So that's why they're not turning you down for the sense that they don't love you. I feel that it's best for the relationship. They want to get their life together. They want to make sure they're ready for a relationship financially. When it comes to work and all that, they want to make sure when they get into something, that they're not halfway and they're not unsure about the situation. One foot's on the ground, one foot is on a stable environment. They want both of their feet to be firmly planted, where they're able to enjoy that relationship type energy. And that's kind of what I'm getting today. If you are a Libra moon, very interesting. So okay, moon. I'm going to Mercury. If your Mercury was in Libra, this is kind of the energies that you'll be getting with your Mercury in Libra. Mercury in Libra. Now, Mercury right now, as I said this a moment ago, Mercury is in the sign of Leo. Leo, it rules the fifth house, but right now it is 11:55 Eastern Daylight Time. And I'm actually seeing, that it's more of a Leo type energy, the fifth house, and which rules the sun. And so what I'm getting, Mercury in Leo, I was actually born with Aquarius, with Mercury and Aquarius, but it was in the fifth house, which rules Leo. So, I mean, if you're in that case today, if you're born on January 30th, you might even have, being drawn in some of this energies, because Leo does rule the fifth house. The sun rules the fifth house. So if you were born with Mercury, Mercury and Libra, there might be some ties to you right now. So depends. Mercury and Libra. I'm going to shuffle this one more time. Mercury in Libra. If you four coins, and a lot of times this is I'm looking at this, so we kind of be trying to ground yourself financially, but it's in reverse, and so it's almost like this is not where you're supposed to be. You're not staying planted in where you're at right now. Very interesting with Mercury and Libra is I was kind of getting a similar vibe to that with the Libra moon. It's almost like you are not balanced, you're not planted on kind of grounded on that firm foundation. But here it's almost like this is not where you're supposed to be at. Type energies, maybe a job, money, finances, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energies. If this is a relationship, Libra. And we'll see what we have here. But it's almost like this is the ground that does not happen in the four reverses. Four represents, represents your destiny, but this is not your destiny. It's almost like you might be here at this place now, but you're not. It's almost like don't get too comfortable, don't get too comfortable. Clarifying the Four of Coins, Emperor card. The Emperor card rules the sign of, is actually the sign of Aries. And interesting, got a 4 here. So let's say if this is pertaining to a relationship, Mercury, um, I would go ahead and say today, um, I would actually go ahead and say today with that this particular energy, that it would be actually probably be an Aries in your life. I would see a very firm Aries type or a fatherly type energy, someone who is there, who you could trust, who is really good, who's going to protect you, who's going to fend for you, who may come in and kind of help you. This could be a father type energy as well. Now, very interesting with this, I did say this is not your destiny. Let's just say if you live with your father, this could be you getting out very soon. This could be you getting out on your own. It's almost like don't get too comfortable type energies. If this is you just had, a family, and I'm sorry with a father, you just had a child, it's almost like don't get too comfortable type energies once again. I'm not seeing you very grounded. I'm feeling kind of a financial, you're having to go maybe to a better job, to a job that brings in more money type energies. But it's definitely, the very passionate Aries father type energies. I'm feeling with the Emperor card. I feel that there's going to be a lot of this. You're trying to find the right place, trying to find the right place. If you were born, with Mercury and Libra, you're going to be trying to find the right place where you're supposed to be at. Maybe pertaining to a job, family, or whatever. Your passions. A lot of times, Aries rules the wands, fire energy. It's kind of what I'm feeling today. Just don't get too comfortable. I feel there's going to be changes. Venus. If your Venus was in Libra, now very interesting. If your Venus was in Libra, especially if you were born with Venus Libra in the 7th house, oh my gosh, Venus actually rules Libra, and Libra rules the 7th house in astrology. So if your Venus was born in Libra, I was born, with Libra rising. My Venus was in Virgo. So if you were born, and interesting, Venus is currently in Virgo, so I have a return right now. So if you were born with Venus and Libra, this is the energies that you could be expecting, combining with our current Venus, Venus and Virgo right now. This is the energies that you'd be expecting, bringing everything together. So you have a lot of love, and I would kind of sense, you're putting a lot of work into your relationship, whether it be at work, to really provide for, your family, your husband, your spouse type energies. The 7 represents marriage. That's the house of marriage and relationships. Virgo is a very feminine, passionate energy, a very central, very loving energy. I apologize, Libra, Venus. Virgo is dependent on work. So interesting, at the 7 of staffs, kind of at the bottom energy. So I wanted to show that to you. I'm not taking that card, but I wanted to show that to you. We have the Fool card. So if you were born with Venus that was actually in Libra, the energies that we're getting now is you're needing to make a risk. You're trying to avoid something. You could be trying to avoid your marriage, because right now with Venus and Virgo, you're paying attention to work, and maybe it's almost like you're having problems getting out there, being spontaneous. You're really focused on work when it pertains to love. Most of your love life is focused, on bringing in income, I do feel. The Fool card, if your Venus was in Libra, I feel was you're needing to be more spontaneous. You're needing to be more, you're needing to go out there and go on adventures more, to take more risks. You're needing to, the message I would say was you're needing to be more adventurous, to just take that leap, just take that step of faith, but you've been avoiding that type energies. Virgo is a type that's not a kind of a relationship type, they're mainly focused on work, and so it's possible. But what I'm seeing with that today is you're not wanting to take that risk. Clarifying a Fool card, like the Devil. something is definitely holding you back. Something is keeping you bound. So you're not taking that risk. You're not taking that step. You're not getting out there and being spontaneous. Very interesting. The devil is ruled by Capricorn. And I'm looking at the astrological charts, and I'm trying to see if there's any connection between Venus right now, Virgo, and Capricorn. I think, let me see. Yep. Give me just one moment. Yes. Trying to see here. All right. So we have Saturn. Saturn. Let me see. I'm seeing, we have Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is an earth energy. And looking at it today, I'm seeing there's kind of an effect with Saturn because we have, it looks like kind of a trine type energy going on. That's what it seems looking at this. Let me see. Try to zoom it up on here. That's what I'm seeing. So if I'm seeing that something has been holding you back, maybe creating kind of instability in your life. This could be dealing with your finances, relationships possible. I'm not necessarily saying that relationships generally rules by that of cups, but there's something that is stopping you from moving back if you were born with Venus and Libra. Libra is an air sign, very interesting. So as an earth energy, I did say to once again, you had this friend that could be kind of grounded to an earth type energy. And so that would explain why it's stopping you from being held back and from moving forward with this relationship, because we have Saturn and and an earth energy, specifically Capricorn. So let's just say if you have an interest out there, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you're not wanting. It's almost like you're bound. See, there's something is stopping you, something is keeping you from making that risk, that step, from being spontaneous. You're being held back. You can't move type energy. You're not able to get your feet off the ground and make that movement into that relationship, or you're trying to avoid it. And it's pretty much because of the Saturn that is in Capricorn. Right now we have Venus in Virgo, and Earth, especially Virgo, is really focused on work type energies. So we could have that Saturn type energy right now that is actually creating some financial instabilities, and you have that Virgo or that Earth sign. This is actually specifically for air signs. I'm doing each individual planet. I'm doing something different that I've not done yet, Champagne. So I'm going through each individual planet and how for the air signs, how each individual planets, when they were born, for instance, you were born with your Mars in Aquarius or Libra or Gemini, how it is affecting you with the way astrology is working out today. So right now I'm actually if you were born with Libra and Venus type energies today, I'm getting someone kind of an earth type energy that they're having someone trying to move forward. Maybe there's an interest or someone that is trying to get their attention who's kind of an earth sign. And with Saturn, that is actually currently in an earth energy, as Saturn is in Capricorn. And we have kind of a trine that is going between Venus that is in Virgo, and Virgo is a very working type energy. When Venus rules the 7th house, which represents relationships and marriages. And so it's almost like someone is not focused on relationships right now. And I'm feeling, that maybe they're not, they're not wanting to, or someone's not wanting to make that risk today because they're being held back, I do feel, because of finances. So here we go, is we have, someone kind of an earth grounded energy, a friend that they're not wanting. It's almost like you're on the edge about something. You're wanting to offer that cup, and you're on the edge and about to jump off that edge, and they're not wanting to come over and to, follow after you type energies. It's almost like they're being held back, especially if kind of a Capricorn energies, Virgo type energies. And the reason why I'm saying that today is because, you know, Venus is Virgo, like I said. And so it's almost like when it comes to relationships, you're going to have some problems getting into relationships if you were born, you know, with Venus and Libra at the moment, how we speak right now. And I'm kind of feeling the energies like something's holding you back, be either getting into relationships, or if you're already in a relationship, if you're single, but if you're already in a relationship, it is almost like you're trying to focus on bringing income in the house to providing for that person type energy. That's kind of what I'm getting today. You're trying to be very careful about what you do financially. Saturn is in Capricorn, which is, you know, is an earth energy, and Uranus is in Taurus, financial instability. So that's kind of what I'm getting today. If you were born with Libra and Venus. Really quickly, I'm going to go. I've got Mars. If you were born in an astrological and your astrological charts with Venus and Mars and Libra. This is confusing sometimes. I'm doing something different. This is very difficult. Mars and Libra. If you were born with the planet of Mars in your astrological charts in the sign of Libra, this is the energies. Now, Mars, and currently as we speak, as I said this a moment ago, is in the sign of Aquarius. And I've already done Aquarius, and I was getting very interesting energies with Mars and Aquarius. So if you are born, let's just say with Mars and Libra, Libra rules marriage. It rules it's ruled by Venus, which is also ruled by Venus. Also rules Taurus, and you know we have that kind of Taurus Venus Libra connection because here we have Taurus, which has Uranus, you know, which creates instability. So you kind of see how things are working out there as we speak. And so if you're born with Mars in the sign of Libra, it's kind of very interesting today. I mean, it's confusing. I am doing something different. Ace of Staffs. So this would be like, that new beginning that is not happening, and maybe the job loss, the struggle to, the Ace of Wands would be, someone who is very manipulative. This would be someone, who thinks they have it all, but they're not. Once again, it's kind of a narcissistical type personality. This would be, someone thinking they have the big package, and, you're surprise, they're really short-handed type energy. This is kind of a sexual energy when this is upright, a very fiery, they just got it up type energy is very aroused. But in this, maybe this would be, the lack of potency. If you're a man, I would not like having this card if you were born Mars and Libra, because of the energies that I'm getting is a lack of potency, sexual potency, and I would not like having that card there. I would not like having it. That'd be kind of, some issues for me personally. I was born with Mars. So interesting. So I'm going to clarify that today. Ace of Staffs, Nine of Cups, once again, in a relationship. So there could be someone that is being grieved and burdened in a relationship. It's almost like maybe they're being grieved by this, and it's really hurting them. It's hurting who they are, I do feel. And, you have a person that's, going through actual heartache and, pain, actually. Maybe they just cannot have that sexual passion and, that sexual intimacy. And with Mars, it's a masculine type energy. So it's very interesting that I'm getting the Ace of Staffs. That's what I'm getting today. Very interesting. I don't know why I'm saying this. Maybe someone's pregnant and you're having problems doing it because they're pregnant. I don't know. Maybe just a lot of conflict. You put the 1 and 9 together, I feel someone is very grieved at that, and there's kind of a lot of, they're feeling sorrowful about it. It's, that type of energy. For some, it actually might bring them together. 10 is reduced to 1. It may bring oneness, and you're not paying attention to sex so much. You actually have to pay attention, to the soul, spiritual type aspect of your relationship. That could bring people together in a closer bond. But at the same time, I'm just not seeing the sexual passion with Mars and Libra at your birth. Jupiter. If you were born with Jupiter and Libra, right now Jupiter is in the planet of Scorpio. If you were born with Jupiter and Libra now, Jupiter and Libra. Now, just to be, I kind of want to be honest, just because this is going by person. The United States was actually born in 1776, and it was born, July 4th, which is a Cancer sign. I can do a reading, and let's say it can actually be pertaining to the birth of the United States. In fact, I wanted to go back and show you something really quickly, and I want to go back right now to July 16th. I want to kind of stop for a second, anybody who's watching, and I'm going to go back to 1776, and I want to show you something. July 4th, 1776 was the birth of America, the United States. And I've done a video on this as well. And at this particular moment, right now it's the 16th, but if you go back to July 4th, which is the United States Independence Day, this is a long reading today. Where Mars was, I'm looking at this. Trying to find Mars, was actually in Gemini. So very interesting. So what I find interesting, it was in the 4th house. What I also find interesting, that if you're looking at the birth of America, you find Saturn that is in Libra, and you find the moon at that particular day was in Pisces. You find Uranus that was in Gemini. Mars, you find Venus that is in Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer, the Sun in Cancer, Mercury in Cancer. You find Neptune that is in that is actually, go ahead and say, that is in Virgo, and Saturn is in, go ahead and say that is in Libra. So if you go back and you were to do a birth of the United States, you could connect them to how energies are going, and that might not be a person that I'm doing a reading for. Sometimes this could be a birth of a state, the birth of an event that happened, or the event of something that came out of a time frame. Just a moment ago when I did the Aquarius, Pluto, someone was born Pluto, that could have been a nation that was born in that particular time, and that is that energy that particular nation is going to be going through. So I kind of wanted to throw that out there, that it not all the time is just referred to as an individual person. And I wanted to rest you assured that I did one on the birth of Donald Trump. If you go back and look at that, you'll find something very interesting. So I do encourage you to do that. So I'm going to continue to go through. And I'm just going to give me just a moment while I get my chart set up here. Right now it is the 17th. All right. So I was just looking at Jupiter and Libra. So Jupiter and Libra, going back and looking at Jupiter and Libra. If you were born with Jupiter and Libra, you have the Hermit card. Now, very interesting. The Hermit card is in reverse, and I think this interesting that Jupiter actually represents higher power, growth, and expansion, travel. And I find it interesting that Libra, if you're born with Jupiter and Libra, which, represents peace, balance, and harmony, it's almost like you're not seeing, the path is not lit up. You're not seeing the clear path, that which you're needing to go. But what I also find is interesting is, Libra, you find out you're at peace about that. You're not seeing the path. And it's almost like maybe you're going at this blindsided. If you are moving forward with something, you're going at a blindsided. There's maybe there's kind of a darkness in your life to say maybe you're not seeing where you're needing to go type energies. And I will clarify this with the Hermit card. but I'm seeing it's almost like you're not seeing the path of where you needed to go. And this particular card, it does show the sun rising. And so that's kind of positive energies. The Three of Cups. Maybe you're not seeing where you need to go. If this is, let's just say, if this is people coming together, you're not seeing the path. There's kind of a darkness. Let's say if there's people coming together, whether it be a third party situation. What I would say, if you were born with Jupiter and Libra, is maybe you're not seeing what is going on in a third party situation. You're not seeing, what they're doing. You're not being guided in the right direction, whether this be money or a relationship. If this is you're trying to bring people together, I'm seeing you're not seeing what it takes to do this, to bring abundance in your life, which is very interesting. Now, the Hermit card is the 9th card. 3, so you put 9 and 3 together, it's the number 12. And it kind of brings it back to the number 3 once again. The number 3 is an odd number, so it's like kind of a negative, but it can represent triplicity. Sometimes it can even be saying, yeah, there still is hope type energies. And so, yes, it might be negative, but you still do get hope. That's kind of what I'm feeling today. You might not be seeing the clear path, but it's almost like the path is still there. At least the path is still there today. I am seeing things are going to start to come together. Things are going to start to come together. But however, this could be a third party situation as well, and you're just not seeing it if this is a relationship. Jupiter, going to Saturn and Uranus. I'm only going to do Libra, then I'm going to go to Gemini. How are you doing today, Liana? I'm doing something much different today. I'm actually doing a complete astrological based reading today, something I've never done, and that's why I'm only doing air signs. In this particular reading, what I'm doing is I'm going through Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and I'm also doing the sun and the moon as well. So I'm doing all the planets, everything in astrological, and how if you were born, let's say with, right now I'm doing Saturn and Libra. If you were born at your birth with, your Saturn and Libra, or if a nation was born at the minute that they were born, if Saturn was in Libra, if something had started, this could have been years and years, it might not even have been a person, what would be the outcome of that situation? I said this a moment ago, I was given kind of going back and looking at the history of the United States and the astrological chart, and I thought it was interesting. And I was kind of, looking at some connections and things. So let's just say if you were born with the planet Saturn and the sign of Libra at your birth, whether this is a nation, whether this is a state, or whether this is something that started around this time, this could have been many years ago. This would kind of be, this would be, the influences of what is basically going on now with that particular nation, or pertaining to that particular planet, or that person. Or that organization, or that company, or whatever it is. So Saturn, and let's just say this is Saturn and Libra. Saturn and Libra, we got the Queen of Swords. So very interesting. Right now, I'm looking at this. If you look at Saturn, it's actually in, Saturn is currently in Capricorn. So very interesting with Saturn in Capricorn is sometimes Saturn actually does rule Aquarius on some types. You can get a lot of Aquarian energies out of Saturn as well, But what I'm getting here, is kind of, this is that honest person, This is, the Queen of Swords, someone who you could trust, who's very trustworthy, who's very honest. They're setting on a firm foundation, a stone block here. And what I mean, this is something true, something that is going to hold up. You could take it to the bank. This is going to be someone who's not afraid to cut through to get to the truth as well. This is someone who's very honest. This is someone who is, if this is a feminine energy today, this is someone, who is up there, who's up there in ranks, who's up there on a platform where people are actually looking at them, they're looking down at the world, and in fact, they're almost as high as the clouds today. So this is kind of like the lady boss type energy, or if you're a masculine energy today, you're pretty much a second rank. You still have another king that's ahead of you, this is kind of, maybe the assistant supervisor type energies. What I'm really feeling is this deals with ideas and communication. This this really deals with communication. This represents your. It's almost like it's not where it could be type energy is what I'm feeling. And I'm going to clarify this with the Queen of Swords. It is true. You are on that platform today. I mean, I do see flight that is taken. I'm seeing a bird in the card. And so a lot of times that represents taking flight. Maybe in your emotion. It's just like, I'm going to draw at the bottom energy. This next deck. Ace of Coins. So, very interesting. With Saturn and Capricorn, we have Taurus. We have Uranus and Taurus. Now, if you are let's just say if you were born with Saturn and a sign of Libra, you have the Ace of Coins. I like the Ace of Coins. I like you have a firm foundation up underneath you. If you are in a supervisor type position, let's say you're starting a business. You're in some type of business today. You have wonderful money coming in for you. This is a wonderful time to start a business. And I don't know why I'm saying that, because generally Uranus and a Taurus creates financial instability. But this particular card today, I'm going to tell you what the card's saying. If you were born with Saturn and Libra, you got a wonderful card today for money, for fresh start and finances. I mean, you don't know what to expect, with Uranus and Taurus, with Saturn and Capricorn, and kind of especially Uranus. But with Saturn and Libra brings peace. Libra brings balance. And here we got this feminine energy here, and a lot of moving to the top possibly, but not completely there to the top, but you're definitely getting set on that platform, and you're almost there. It's almost like you're second in command type energies. And it's wonderful because here we have a business. We have wonderful money coming in, and for some, this could be marriage. I'm not going to necessarily say that, but it is possible. Kind of a new beginning. I feel this is more business related, a new beginning with a business or a new job and income coming in. Whatever this is, the Queen of Swords, it's almost like this is true. This is the place. This is it. I'm feeling that this is true today. This is something you can really trust, a job situation that you could really trust. If this was a country or something that was established, with Saturn and Libra, I mean, this is something that is doing very strong. I wouldn't be surprised if that is China. I don't know. That's very interesting. Saturn and Libra. Really quick, I'm going to go back and look at the United States. Go back to 1776. I'm kind of curious, say, Liana. Going back to 1776, I'm going to do Gemini next. Once again, I'm only doing air signs. This is not intended to be a short reading today. 1776. This was July 4th, and I'm currently at January, so I got to go up to July. And trying to see where Saturn was. Kind of interesting. Saturn was in Libra. So let's just say the United States was born with Saturn and Libra. So the United States of America in 1776 was born in Saturn and Libra. And I kind of felt that psychically. I really felt that. We had a wonderful time of money, finances coming up. In the United States, at least. In the United States. Now, very interesting, it was actually in that particular time of the 7th house, which rules Libra too. So powerful energies for money coming to the United States, coming for very now, as a now type energies. As long as I'm feeling we're having Saturn, that is, Saturn is currently in Capricorn. So I'm feeling as long as Saturn is currently in Capricorn, we're going to have some pretty interesting financial income coming for the United States of America. United States of America was developed and discovered and founded as a nation with Saturn in the sign of Libra. And so I would, using my cards today, I would go ahead and wonderfully say that for the United States, some wonderful things is coming financially. If you know, this was back in 1776, and I'm trying to see if I see any possibility of anywhere between now and then that Saturn was even in Libra, because this might be saying a prophecy for the United States for coming up soon. And I'm going to check at that. I'm going to go, and here we have Saturn and Aries. I'm not seeing, let's see, Saturn, Aquarius, keep on going, Saturn and Pisces. I'm at 1907 right now, 1957. Saturn and Sagittarius, and I did say this was going to be Capricorn. You would have had been born on, let's see, and I apologize, people still there. I'm trying to see when the last time Saturn was in the sign of Sagittarius. I mean, Capricorn. That was in Aries. There we go. Looking at Saturn right there, it is in Cancer. No, it's in Leo. So it would have had to have been back in the 50s. Saturn and Sagittarius. Try to see something here. Ask you to bear with me just a moment. So for the United States, I feel that financially for the United States of America, looking at with the tarot cards and seeing, you know, now what I'm doing is I'm doing a reading. It's very different today for anyone who's just coming on. I'm doing something that you probably have never seen anybody do. I'm literally going through every astrological planet that we have in our solar system, whether it be the sun, every single last planet, you know, the moon even. And I'm going through each individual planet, whether it be in that sign, if this was a country, if this was a person, if it was established with that particular planet and the sun, for instance, the United States, we have wonderful financial situations coming up as long as if Saturn is in the sign of Capricorn, because the United States was born with a Libra, was born with Saturn and Libra. And so that affects money. Capricorn, you know, is you think of the Capricorn as ruled by the devil card in tarot, and you know, if you know the Christian Bible, the root of all is the love of money. So you're going to pretty much see a lot of financial situations, wonderful finances coming to the United States of America, as well as long as Saturn is in Capricorn. So that's a wonderful prediction that I'm having coming up for the United States of America, or any country or state. Whatever was established whilst the planet of Saturn was in Libra. If you were born with Saturn in Libra, look at your astrological charts. I'm looking right now and trying to see if there's any other date when Saturn was in Capricorn. 1959. All right. And the next time that Saturn was in Capricorn, 59, apologize, I'm going back to Libra. Saturn in Libra. If you were born with Saturn in Libra, but look at your astrological charts. If you were born with your planet Saturn in Libra business, that is going to be going on, and I would say, and as long as you know that Capricorn, we have Saturn and Capricorn. And once again, the cards that I got was the Magician at the bottom, but I also had the Ace of Pentacles, which is wonderful income coming in for you. It's new income coming in, business, some wonderful positive energies come when it pertains to money and work. For the United States in general, a big economic boost. I would not be surprised if the stock markets really start to climb. If it has to do with the United States of America. If it's external to a country that was not born, let's just say, in Saturn and Libra, anything that is American financially is pretty much going to prosper. Now, I also wanted to show you this really quickly. When does Saturn move out of Capricorn. And I wanted to show you this really quickly today. And I'm going to go to all the signs, and I'm going to go to Gemini. So a lot of coverage still to go on here today. I'm going up to 2018. Right now we are at the 17th of July. So I'm going to go to the 17th of July. For anybody who is still here, we have 3 people. And I'm actually going to go through and, pretty much see when Saturn actually moves out of Capricorn. So here we have Saturn that currently, as we speak, July 17th, 2018. And it is in Capricorn. And I'm going forward and I'm seeing when Saturn moves out of Capricorn. Saturn, being in retrograde. So Saturn being in retrograde is kind of very interesting. Saturn a lot of times could be a little unstable sometimes. It rules stability. It's interesting we have Saturn in a retrograde, so Saturn is kind of, in a sense, moving away from the planet Earth, and it is in an Earth sign. And for most of the time, you would expect for most places, Saturn being in a retrograde in Capricorn would be a very detrimental to finances. But the fact the United States was born in Libra, you might find where a lot of other places are doing really badly, but the United States, as long as it is in Capricorn, is going to be doing pretty well while the retrograde is going on. Saturn comes out of Capricorn, and I'm trying to see this here. It's in Capricorn for a while. In fact, I'm still seeing it in Capricorn through October 2018. I'm going to go to 2019, still in Capricorn. So wonderful financial situations. This is right now, if the United States was actually discovered in 1776, July 4th. So if you were born with the planet Saturn in Libra in your birth charts, for instance, the United States of America was, until Saturn moves out of Capricorn, right now Saturn is in Capricorn, even though Capricorn is in retrograde, many places are going to be doing very horribly financially. But because of the United States was born with the Saturn in Libra, I did a reading with this, and it is showing that wonderful positive income is going to be coming into the United States. And so I'm doing something very different today, whether it be a nation, whether it be, let's say, a company, or whether this be something that was established during this time, someone was born in this time. If it was while Saturn was in Libra, looking wonderful for finances, wonderful new income coming in. Saturn in Capricorn right now as we speak. Trying to see when Saturn moves out of Capricorn through 2019, looking good financially. We still have Saturn in retrograde in July 2019. August, still Saturn in retrograde. And it looks like going through into 2020. Good financial when it comes to money. Looking at 2020, we still have Saturn that is in Capricorn, is no longer in retrograde. So with that, you will find other people starting to financial situations, and we'll still be going most likely pretty good with the United States when it comes to money situations. But you'll see other countries that kind of start to catch up a little bit, or anyone else that was born in outside of Saturn and Libra. So it's almost like why everything else is kind of crashing around you. If you were born with Saturn or Libra, you're going to be pretty good through 2020. Very interesting with that. Or Saturn, Uranus. If you were born with Uranus in Libra, Uranus is actually a very unstable planet, very unstable. And we have Uranus that is currently in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign, just like Saturn is in Capricorn now and is an earth sign. And so looking at right now, we have, we're at July the 17th, 2018. And we do have Uranus that is in Taurus. And so let's just say if you were born with your Taurus and Libra, this is pretty much what you're going to be experiencing at your birth. Let's say if you were born with Taurus, and I apologize, Taurus. Uranus and Libra, this is kind of the energies what you can expect. Now, Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius, the 11th house, predominantly the sign of Aquarius. And it's a very fixed sign. Uranus is very eccentric when it comes to Aquarius. It is very humanitarian. And so what I would be personally saying, let's just say Uranus and Taurus, a lot of financial instability dealing with the element of Earth. So money, and tarot cards, it deals with money. Pentacles is Earth, deals with money. Things that go on the planet Earth deals with maybe sicknesses, illnesses. That's kind of what I'm getting today. So if you have Uranus and Libra, it's kind of interesting because you have Libra that represents peace, represents balance, but it also represents the marriage life. It represents relationships, anything going on with the marriage life. And trust me, that is kind of scary. So you don't know really what to expect. This instability. It's either going to be extremely good, it's going to be bad, or it's going to be going back and forth, and kind of like a lot of swings. So looking at that today, with if you were born, you got the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is things being revealed to you. You have peace. You have that peace, the harmony with once again, Libra. Two of Swords is Libra. So Libra is bringing peace and harmony if you were born, with Uranus and Libra. In spite of, maybe instability and other elements, if you were born with Uranus and Libra, you're going to be doing pretty well. Peace. Very firmly on earth. See, this person has their ground on the green earth today, and that represents a lot of abundance, a lot of nutrients in the earth. So I'm expecting, relationships, a lot of abundance, a lot of life and relationships. And I do feel it could be dealing with money, and very interesting. And I'm going to clarify this today. I'm feeling it's wonderful energies. I'm going to shuffle this 2 times. Once again, if you were born with Uranus and Libra, a lot of positive communication going on as well. 7 of Cups. Once again, relationships. A lot of stability in relationships. A lot of stability, which I find very interesting. But you're getting back just what you're receiving type energy. It is very wonderful, and I feel if you were born, whether this is a nation, if this is a marriage, if this was a person, there's going to be a lot of peace and harmony. With Uranus and Libra, wonderful energies. Moving on today, Neptune. If you were born with Uranus and Neptune, Uranus and Neptune. Wow. Now, Neptune is actually ruling the house of rules the sign of Pisces, and right now, I have a child that is born right now, and that has been born while Neptune is in Pisces. You can take it to the bank that the energies coming out of right now of this is going to be something 2012. Since December 2012, the end of 2012, Neptune moved into Pisces. So between now and 2025, 26, I'm trying to think, you're going to be finding, psychically, it's like this psychic awakening. A lot of people are going to be discovering their psychic abilities between 2012 and 2026. It's going to be this psychic, it's this great psychic awakening with Neptune and Pisces. Wow, wonderful energies. I discovered my gift as well within that time, so I can vouch for that. Wonderful psychic awakenings. Neptune and Libra. Now, Libra represents relationships. It represents peace, harmony. It represents stability. It represents love, relationships as well. And Libra is a very balanced energy. You think of Libra, you think of the scales. And when I'm doing the cards, I'm probably gonna get a Libra card. I don't know, but we'll see. But with Neptune and Libra, with the Pisces, it could either have the chance of, we have Libra, which brings peace, and sometimes Pisces can bring instability. So it could bring Yes, it could bring peace. Whatever there's been instability, it could bring calmness. It could bring, peace and balance. But however, for some people, if you're already going through peace, sometimes it can bring, kind of the instability as well. It can bring kind of some issues, and maybe you have to work out in order to bring peace. But we'll see what we get with the card today. If you were born with Neptune, Neptune and Libra, that's a long time ago, by the way. But this could have been a country as well. Right now, if you've had a child since 2012, this is the energies that we're getting right now. As long as Neptune, between 2025, Neptune is currently in Pisces, 2025, 2026. You can be, vouch for this. This is kind of an energy. I mean, this is a very extended reading today. This is not just energies for today, but this is for where Neptune currently is. If you were born with Neptune and Libra, Spirit, what can we be expecting with the Neptune Pisces energies? The Knight of Coins, very interesting. And then the other side today, Six of Swords. Wow. So Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Libra. And I said it could go either or. Let's just say you were already at peace. You were Libra. You were born to Libra. So you were born naturally with Neptune and Libra. Libra was Pisces as spiritual energies. And Pisces a lot of times has to learn to connect spiritually, spiritual wisdom. An amazing sign is Pisces. But let's just say a lot of times when I'm getting the sign of Pisces, one of the angels that I always get, because I got this for Pisces in the reading, is right here at the top, and it is Shokma. And what Shokma is a very wise angel. But with Shokma, you're going to find out, it's interesting, this was already at the top. With Shokma, it's basically saying, you're learning the hard way. So Pisces goes through a lot of negative energies. If you're Pisces, you go through a lot of negative energies, but you come out and you have a wonderful spirituality to you. There's definitely a lot of spirituality to Pisces. Which is in Christianity is the reason why they picked the fish. It's a Pisces symbol. So very interesting with that. And, it represents wisdom as well. So looking at it today, we have Shokma, which. So at that, saying that with Pisces, if you were born with Neptune and Libra, you can be expecting some conflicts. Or get out of a job. So let's say if you wanted to move into a new job to have a better job, and it's almost like here we have that energies that maybe something is trying to stop you, and you're going to go through some conflicts to get to that new job or get that new money that coming in. It's almost like there's hindrances in trying to getting that new job, that new money, that new income. You definitely have some hindrances. Here we have the Six of Swords, and it's almost like you have maybe bad communication. Maybe people are just, coming against you verbally, really kind of throwing some really just negative energy around, and it really can be slowing you down. But it's almost like nothing is going to stop me. I mean, Pisces, the Neptune and Libra, it's almost like here we got the two swords, and it's like nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to have this peace. In spite of someone trying to stop me, I'm going to keep my peace. I'm going to keep my balance. And you're just making a stand right there in the card. This could be literally traveling, maybe in a relationship. You're going to keep up that positive balance in a relationship. If it's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and interesting, and Uranus, is currently in Taurus, which does create instability in finances, and that's what this card is showing. But in spite of that, because you were born with, let's just say, Neptune and Libra, as in spite of the negative energy that everyone else is going through financially, I'm not going to let it bring me down. I'm going to continue to push through, and I'm going to push through and get through this hard time. And you're going to continue to row and to steer that boat. And it might be tough trying to paddle that boat and get your way through that water with that little bitty paddle today. And with all these swords coming at you, literally this could be people coming against you. This could be jealousy. I mean, but something is trying to stop you. This could be your mind. negative emotions, negative thoughts. You're not going to allow that to get to you. It's almost like you're throwing these two swords up. It's like, in spite of these swords here, I'm throwing peace up. That's kind of what I'm getting. I'm going to stand up for peace. I'm going to stand up for my own emotions. I'm going to stand up for my own ideas. I'm going to stand up for my own self, who I am inside of my own mind, for my own creativity. I'm going to stand up for my own self today, my own thoughts today, your own peace and your own balance and own harmony. You're going to stand up when everyone else around here is in this boat and worried that it's going to sink today. Here you are, Libra, standing up with those two swords and bringing balance, and it's like nothing's going to stop me. In fact, you see, you're throwing up you're throwing up the two swords. I apologize. You're throwing up the two swords. I'm having a computer in front of me. You're throwing up the two swords, and you're actually going to be reacting as something that's steering people forward. So while other people are having trouble financially, here we have the people with Neptune and Libra that is going to help be pulling other people forward financially. It's almost like you're going to be that, I don't want to say about that savior, type energy, with that spiritual savior, with Neptune and Libra. And while everyone else is freaking out because of finances, here we have this Libra type energy coming out. They're putting up the sails, it's like, I'm going to keep this boat going. We don't have to paddle no money anymore. We can just sit back and just let the wind do it for us, And Libra, you're an air sign. Some wonderful energies. It's almost like you're just going to let the universe just put you in that place, in a better place. You're not going to try to go against the flow type energies. You're bringing a lot of people forward if you were born with Neptune and Libra. Wow. People are probably going to, at the end, look up to you. Wow. Moving on today. Neptune, Pluto. If you were born with Pluto, this could have been a country, an organization, a company. This could have been a state, whatever it is. This possibly could be a person. Very old, I don't know. If you were born with Pluto and Libra, Pluto sometimes could represent money. And considering the fact that we have, Pluto right now as we speak, it is in a sign of, Pluto is in the sign of, Capricorn. Yeah, Capricorn. It's right there with, sure enough, with Saturn. So it is in the sign of Capricorn right now. So here we go. Pluto, you're in the sign of Capricorn. If you were born with Pluto and Libra, Spirit asks, what can any nation, anything that was founded or discovered or gave birth to, this can be a person as well with Pluto and Libra. What can we be expecting for that energies? King of Swords, communication, Libra, positive communication, really telling the truth, very honest, very open, bold. This is someone who's going to literally cut you with the truth. I mean, the truth hurts sometimes, and this is going to be literally a deep cut, truth, and this is going to be, the type of person who's going to stand up and take authority. This is, the kind of the air sign energy, very interesting. And they're pretty much just going to lay it down. They're going to take authority. It's almost like for some, some people might even be considering this person as a dictator, an air sign type energy. But it's almost like the sword is put as being pointed up to the birds. I want to show you that. And so it's almost like this person is like a messenger, a divine messenger per se. They're going to be coming and releasing the truth, and a lot of people may not like them, this particular country or this particular person, but they're the King of Swords. They're the air sign. They're that king. They're an authority. Previously, but Gemini. A definite, very strong masculine energy that tells the truth. They're very eccentric. They have their ways very fixed. But the sword is being pointed up to the bird. Sometimes the bird could represent enemies as well, so people can look to this person as an enemy. Or a messenger that is telling the truth. There's going to be different mixed opinions. But at the time, it is almost like this person is bringing, you see the storm is in the past, the clouds in the past, so the storm is going to be over with. And I feel that with the King of Staffs, and I can pretty much rest assured you, it's probably going to be having something to do with, money. But we'll see here. So some of this person, a lot of people are going to hate this person or this country or whatever it is. But this person has a message of divine truth that is true today. Judgment card. This person could be very judgmental, and it's almost like here on the outward perspective, it's almost like they could be really releasing the truth to this particular group of people. We have the judgment card, and when I'm getting the judgment card, it's almost like you're needing to check yourself. What are you doing wrong? I mean, the judgment card upright is, you're doing right, but here, this is you're removing any wrongs that you've done out of your life, any negative intent or that you have done wrong that was of an ill manner. If there's Christianity, I always said, this is just removing sin out of your life, judging yourself and checking yourself, and this is that, that king of truth, that king of swords, that's coming and cutting all that negative energy out of your life. And anytime I get a major arcana card, I'm going to draw another card, the moon card. Dreams. The moon card sometimes could represent nightmares. So it's very interesting. Then we got the Hierophant card. So I'm getting a lot of major arcana cards with this today. Then the Tower. So literally this, sometimes you got to tear down a tower, which I kind of find interesting. So here we have one side. We have the Judgment card, and I got the Judgment card. And to clarify the Judgment card, I got the Moon card. So this is kind of a group of people, whose judgment, who is very caught up in the ways, a lot of negative energies. They're needing to check the wrongs that they're doing because there's a lot that is going on wrong. And then you have the King of Swords that is an upright. And I know this is kind of very deep today. I keep on getting all these major arcana cards, but if I get a major arcana card, I'll clarify it again. The Moon card, maybe dreaming, nightmare situations, but sometimes it could be, intuition, psychic abilities, and it's it is almost like today. This could be like nightmares, with the Hierophant card. This could be a false psychic. The Hierophant card. You could be having, people that stand up and saying, I got the message of truth and all this. And here you have this nation or this person today. If you have Pluto that is in Libra, this person, the Pluto and Libra type birth person or country, is going to say you're false. You need to check what you're doing wrong. This person, plan to be, using their spiritual powers, and really there's a Hierophant in reverse today, and they're not someone to be trusted. So they're really going to stand up to other countries, other people that cannot be trusted, that are doing more damage and harm. And when I'm getting that, the Tower card, and so this is going to be a person who's going to be very combative, who's going to fight. They're going to fight and possibly cause a war, a country that is going to cause a war. And I did say this a moment ago with the United States of America. And I wanted to do something. I want to go back to 1946 because it's the king. I'm kind of curious. Our current president. I'm not a Trump fan at all, but we'll see what we get with Trump. Trump was born in 1946, I believe. June. I've done a reading with Trump before, or pertaining to Trump. June 6th. He actually had Pluto, was in Leo, very interesting, in the 8th house. So I want to look at it. All right, see where his Libra was. So what's kind of interesting is something connected to that. With him being the president of the United States right now, and the United States was born, with Saturn, and Libra. And what I find very interesting with that, if you look at here, we have in the same exact house, we have Saturn and Pluto when Donald Trump was born. So I kind of find it interesting. I just find that interesting. Kind of connection between Saturn and Pluto. But this would be that person, who is literally going to destroy whatever they have to. And people might consider this country as a dictatorship, or, someone who's just going out and just causing wars and everything. I was kind of connected to that. It kind of seems like Donald Trump to me. He was a Gemini as well. But this is Libra at that. Now at that today, this is, someone who is, they do have a message of truth, but maybe they're just going about it in too of a power strong way. Just someone who just really doesn't give a care, they're just going to destroy, because they know they're telling the truth, So if you were born with Pluto and Libra, to get down to the bottom of it today, you're a very truthful person, and you're pretty much, you don't care what other people think of you. You don't care if you have to cause a war and destroy people's lives. I mean, you're going to get the truth out there. You're going to have, it's almost like you're going to tell people the truth, whether it hurts them or not. You're a person that you can trust today. No manipulation there. No manipulation. Now I'm going to do Gemini. Gemini sun signs today. Leon, are you still there? Gemini sun signs. And I'm at 2 hours and 13 minutes now. I have another hour to go. Gemini sun signs today. If you are a Gemini sun sign, energy's coming out of the next 24 hours for Gemini sun sign. Then I will do the moon, and then Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. For Gemini sun signs. Once again, this could be a country, an organization, or any type of company, organization, country, state, cities, counties. This could even be this could be anything in general that was established, while during the time of Libra. Anything born during the time of Libra. This is your energies for today. And whoever's watching here today, this is your energies. So the sun sign could be different, let's say, than a Libra from another planet. It could be much different. For Libra for today, we have the Ace of Swords. Very interesting. Now, Libra rules relationships. It rules marriage. I got the Ace of Swords, and it rules the house of marriage. It rules the house of relations. Let's just say someone could be getting married. When it comes to communication, birth of something, dealing with your ideas, your thought process, communication. Sometimes this could be someone, being dishonest as well in a relationship. So I'm going to give you both of the different aspects of it as well. Now, in the Miss Cleo Power Deck, and I want to show you this today. I do not read the books, but I wanted to show you this to you so people will know what I'm talking about. I know the decks that I have. I get really well acquainted with the decks. I'm really well skilled, and I'm very well trained in my tarot readings. So I wanted to show you something with the Ace of Swords. Pregnancy, an increase in family by marriage or adoption or relocation. So looking at today, and I was specifically seeing a birth and a pregnancy is what I was really getting today. But there definitely is something new that is coming on, new beginnings coming on for your life, for Libra Sun. Now I'm about to find out what this is today. And once again, I don't read books. I'm not going to add anything to this now that I have. Because I'm firmly, unless I get another card, with this particular card, I'm really sure that it's going to be a pregnancy with the Miss Cleo deck, because I got 9 grapes there. 9 grapes, birth of a relationship, love, or something that is coming out of a relationship that is given birth. This could be a marriage, a birth, or just someone who's being dishonest in some particular decks. Clarify the Ace of Swords. I wanted to show you something there. There we have the 2 of Cups. If that's not something, if that is not something, I'm going to take that. And I'm going to take this too. The Hangman. the Hangman. I'm actually going to do this because here we have your card today, kind of a two of cups. I mean, it's a relationship, it's a marriage, it's a commitment. So there could be a birth of, possibly a business that is possible with Libra. So here we have Libra. This could be a birth of a business. Now that I got the two of cups, and most likely this is going to be something that you and your new wife or your new husband are doing together. The Hangman is you not letting go of something, but as I said, this is maybe letting go of something. This is letting go of anything that is false. Letting go of any false communication, I would go ahead and say. This is letting go of anything that is false, anything that is negative energies. Letting go of anything that is manipulative, any lies. This is pretty much you just letting go of it and never bringing it back into your life again. You're willing to make this commitment today. Positive energies, peace, balance, and harmony. Definite commitment. It's almost like wow, this is the relationship from heaven, for Libra Sun. So Libra Sun, we definitely have a positive energy coming, business commitment, taking that step up together. Here in this particular card, it has the couple. If this is a business, you're seeing they're both taking one of their steps up, and together they're going at this firm foundation and this stone together. They're taking that step and making that commitment together today, and it's all in syncness. The Ace of Swords represents oneness as well. Birth, relationships, that's what I'm seeing for you today, Libra sun signs. Wonderful new beginnings. If you're a Libra moon today, now the moon represents, maternity in astrology, represents the 4th house. The moon card represents creativity, intuition, fantasy, dreams, sometimes nightmares, psychic abilities, fear, anxiety, sometimes. There's many different things that the moon could be positioned when you draw it. So I want to see for Libra moon signs today. I'm going to show you that the Empress card at the bottom. Libra has a very fertile birth-like energy. So just a moment, I'm going to be showing you this card because Libra moon also has a very fertile, if you want to have a child, for the Empress card, that is a definite possibility of having a child, Libra moon. What is up with Libra today? We have the Lovers card, and I don't like to see that with the Empress when it is in reverse. This could be that relationship does not work. You have the pregnant wife, and you have the father. So the Empress, kind of a young, youthful energy, a young woman, and kind of, either someone that is about to become a father, and they're having a lot of relationship issues. This could be business not working out as well if you're a Libra moon. All major arcana cards today. And as I said, anytime I get a major arcana card today, I am definitely going to clarify one more time. The Hangman. This is, in spite of the issues that you're going through, this could be someone that's pregnant. We have a man that's expecting a child. The Empress, a young woman that is expecting a child. She's fertile. She's going to give birth. But here it's almost like you're not letting go of each other. Yes, you do have the Lovers card, a horrible marriage life, business life, and I'm sorry to say that, going through a lot of negative energies, but it's almost like you're refusing to let go. This is not giving up. The next card would be the Two of Cups, and if I was going to say that would be the lack of peace, the lack of harmony and balance if this was a business or a marriage. And as I'm saying, that's the same thing as a Lovers card in reverse. But here we go. Just as a Libra sun sign, you got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is pretty much someone who could really be very honest. And so we could have a lot of communication going back. And you have people, they're telling the truth, but it's almost like here they're literally cutting each other very deep. A lot of hurtful communication, a lot of hurtful things that are being said. It might be true, but it doesn't mean you have to say it. I mean, it's like the timing, and we have, someone who's pregnant, and sometimes it could be a lot of emotion. This is emotion, this is a marriage. So it's interesting. I feel that it is going to end more positive. If you're married, there's two different scenarios. I'm not seeing you divorcing or leaving. I'm seeing that once the pregnancy happens, you're going to have that positive marriage again. This is maybe you're renewing your vows, coming back together and, coming together in oneness once again. This could be just as long as the pregnancy is going on. If you're a Libra moon today or a Libra sun, I'm getting a lot of those energies today. If you're a Libra and you're pregnant or know someone's pregnant, most likely this is a husband and wife marriage card. Either this, if this is you're not married, you're going to get married after the child. This is that type of energy. The child is going to lead to a marriage. Because the Lovers card could be saying you're not married. And then we have the Ace of Swords saying you're going to get married. So if you are married today, you're going to be going through a lot of junk. Sorry. But ending positive. If you're single and just about to have a child with someone, you're not married, you're most likely feeling a kind of a marriage type energy. Libra, if you have Mercury, Gemini. You've seen what I just did. That was a Gemini type energies. I apologize. Spirit knows I'm doing. That's Gemini type energies. And it's very interesting. If you're a Gemini sun, Gemini moon, I apologize. We have Mercury that's about to go into retrograde. So what I'm thinking in my mind is not what I'm saying. So very interesting. There was a person. I'm going to go ahead and say this. If you're a Gemini is let's just say an air sign. This could be a Gemini with a Libra. Very interesting. Or this could be during the time of Libra. Libra could be a perfect time for fertility and marriage. I don't know. I'm getting that for Gemini. Because I kept on thinking Gemini and saying Libra. And I just realized what I was doing. That's for Gemini. Gemini, Mercury today. If you have Mercury and Gemini. Gemini and Mercury. Now, Gemini is a Gemini twins. Number a lot of times comes out to be 2, number 2. Peace, balance, harmony. A lot of connection, psychic connection. And if you're Gemini, Mercury. Wow, Mercury currently is right now. Mercury, Gemini. Mercury, Gemini. Right now, Mercury is in the sign of Gemini. So if you were born Mercury and Gemini, right now you're actually, I apologize, that's 1946. Good thing I recognize that. Mercury and Gemini. July 17th. I must say, I kind of felt that was weird. Mercury is in Leo. Very interesting. Mercury's in Leo. So what I wanted to say to you is Leo is kind of gonna be right now. Mercury's in Leo. This is actually a 5 of staffs, and 5 represents the house of Leo, represents the sun, which is actually the zodiac sign of Leo. This is the 5 of staffs, so they're a fire sign, and the sun and Leo is a fire sign energy. So it's amazing that I got that when right now Mercury is in Leo. So the energy is coming up with Mercury and Leo, even in spite of the retrograde, is this minor play, horseplay. This might be cutting up, playing around, and it's kind of a positive, more of a positive play. It's nothing like fight or anything like that, as it would have been in reverse. So the fact that you were born with Mercury and in the sign of Gemini would actually be a positive thing, right now, in spite of the Mercury retrograde. I'm kind of feeling. It's not too bad of horrible energies with your Mercury and Gemini. I mean, it's going to affect you in some way, but it's not like catastrophic type energies. I mean, Mercury and King of Staffs. All right. Interesting. The King of Staffs. So this is Mercury and Gemini. And I've been getting this energy a lot recently, and readings that I'm getting is the King of Staffs, and my particular readings as well. Now, the King of Staffs, I've been getting it upright, but here it is in reverse. The King of Staffs could be an actual dictator sometimes. It could be someone who's very controlling and manipulative. maybe on an outward side type perspective, someone you cannot trust. Um, so what I wanted to say to you today is just almost like maybe trust them. You're playing around and it seems like nothing, but here you have the King of Wands, this big old dickhead today. Who's being controlling, overbearing, and manipulative, and that's their meaning. Um, and it's almost like this person, you cannot trust them. So be careful if you are Mercury and Gemini. What might seem, it's almost like it's kind of a misconception of communication, which is interesting with the Mercury retrograde. Now I'm starting to understand this. You may be perceiving this person as playing around, minor play, and this person, you cannot trust this person. This person is someone who is really going to do some detriment to your life. Um, this could be the Mercury retrograde as well. So for Mercury and Gemini, kind of a tough energies, kind of a deceptive energy, because here you think this person is playing around in this amount of play, and you have this King of Staffs where you can't trust them. They're very dishonest. If this is someone who's pretending to be a psychic, I mean, this is something you can't joke around about. I mean, this might be someone joking around about being a psychic, type energies and trying to get people's. Good thing as I've been getting the King of Staffs upright. But this is someone who might be tired and exhausted as well. If I'm saying health issues, I mean, kind of ulcer, stomach ulcer type energies. No, this is someone who is very aggressive, who's very explosive, angry, controlling, manipulative, very conniving. And it really could just be a drain. Just maybe someone who could be hurt in the process. This could have been someone who was hurt themselves, going through a lot of negative energies. And at that, this is someone you can't really trust. Someone who hurts someone a lot of times ends up hurting other people. This could be pride. The ego. This have a really big ego, and this ego build up maybe due to self-confidence possibility. You may think they're playing and they're being so serious. I mean, you need to watch out. If you're born Mercury and Gemini, especially during the Mercury retrograde, coming up very soon. So I do want people to be aware of that, especially at a time of Leo part of it. Venus and Gemini. Now, very interesting is Venus rules Taurus. Now, Gemini is an air sign that rules emotions, thoughts, creativity, ideas. And when you have Venus, that could either rule Taurus or it could rule Libra, which is an air sign. You could have money, finances. You could have someone is, their mind, their emotions, their intellect, who they really are. And it's either, an intellectual type love, with Venus, and a deep, rich, and emotional love, or it's a love based on money and material possessions. I mean, that's just the way you go either or with Venus. Depends on if it's Taurus or if it's Libra. So right now we have the Gemini. We have Gemini right now. We have Venus. If you were born with, let's see, Venus and Gemini. Now, as I said this a moment ago, right now we have Venus that is, what sign did I say? Venus is in Leo. No. Venus is in, that was Mercury. Look at that one more time. Very similar feminine symbol. Venus is in Scorpio. Very interesting. Scorpio is a water sign energy, which is predominantly in love, relationships, water, and tarot cards. So let's say we have more of the relationship. Venus being, kind of the relationship, a very good relationship with water. It's not an earth type energy. So I'm feeling this is kind of a seriousness. Scorpio sometimes could represent, the Tower card or the Death card as well, but I feel this is more of a deeper love, because Venus is ruling, Libra. I feel this is more of a Libra rule, but we'll see what we get here. Type Venus. If your Venus was in Gemini, shuffling this one more time, this is the energies that you're going to be getting. as long as, you know, we currently have Venus that is in Scorpio. When it comes to love for Venus, we got the Queen of Coins. This is the Taurus-based Venus. Here we have someone trying to get money. The Queen of Coins, this could be someone very seductive, not someone to trust when it comes to money, finances. This could be, I want to go ahead and say, someone who could be trying to have a child just to get child support, feminine energy. I'm going to clarify this further. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting at with the rabbit in a particular card, which represents fertility. If this is a fertility card, I would say this is fertility that is not happening. Someone is not going to have the child because it is in reverse. Difficulty with money, finances, if your Venus was in Gemini. So clarifying that Queen of Coins, and it's not wanting to shuffle. I'm going to finish Gemini, and then I'm going to end this video. I'll probably come back. I'll probably do Earth signs probably at another day, probably tomorrow night around the same time. We'll see what happens, how I'm feeling. I got a lot of work, so very shortly I'm going to be going and taking a nap. If your Venus was in Gemini, I'm going to shuffle this one more time. It's not wanting to shuffle. There we go. For people who were born with Venus in Gemini, Queen of Cups in reverse. This is someone literally who is very manipulative. Once again, we have two feminine energies. This is definitely a woman. I don't know, with it being in reverse, it could be a man. But I feel this is a woman. I feel this is someone who is literally trying to get pregnant. They're coming in, they're not caring, they're not nurturing, they may perceive to be. They're sitting on money. Look, they're sitting on money. They're trying to, you see that? They're trying to get that money. They're trying to build up some money, some finances, some wealth in their life. And what they're going to be doing is you have this Queen of Coins that's coming. You see the rabbit? You see that rabbit there? They're probably going to want to try to have a child, let's just say, with Venus and Gemini. And this is probably just to use you to have a child. They're not really caring about this relationship. They're trying to get money. They're trying to get child support type energy. That's what I'm getting today. So be aware if you were born with, with Venus and, in Gemini, I'm getting kind of the negative side of Venus, the materialistic side of Venus. Someone could be saying they love you and really they just love you for your money. If the money's not coming in, it's not going to last. This is not the real love. If this is not love of money, it could be sexuality. If this is either two men, two women. And I don't like saying that, but I feel that this particular energy is just almost like it's a materialistic type energy. And I'm sorry to say that if you're born with Venus and Gemini, it's more of a materialistic. I'm feeling it's more of the money, this person trying to get money out of child support. So they're going to try to get, maybe try to get you to have sex, and they're going to try to get knocked up type energy. They're going to do whatever they can to get knocked up because they want that money, that child support. They want a child. And she may be trying to be seductive too. I'm sorry. Moving on today. Mars and Gemini. If you were born with Mars and Gemini, or if anything was established during a time with Mars and Gemini. Now, right now we have, I believe, Mars in retrograde. Let me see. Look at Mars. I'm looking at my astrological chart. Retrograde. Actually, it's Venus. And Mars is in. There we have it. Mars is currently in the sign of Aquarius. Mars is in Aquarius. So, Mars is a very masculine. In fact, it's the masculine symbol. Venus, on being a contrary, being the female type symbol, to being the feminine type symbol. Mars is actually, at Aquarius right now. And Aquarius, is that masculine symbol. Then you have the humanitarian. This could be, like, I'm a man fighting for human rights, or this could be the man who's actually being a real humanitarian and fight for women's rights type energy. If you're Aquarius man, um, that's me today. But we'll see what we have here today. And I mean, you could get different interpretations out of what you're getting in astrology. What you think could be one thing could be totally different for someone else, especially in tarot readings. But with Mars being an Aquarius right now, I'm going to do the energies of what can be expecting, knowing that Mars is Aquarius, as if you were born with Mars and Gemini. Now, they're both air signs. They're both kind of fixed energy signs, both air. And with that, air rules your intellect. It rules creativity. It rules emotions. It rules your ideas, your thoughts, communication. Especially if you're doing tarot readings. That's why you have certain air sign cards that represent Aquarius, certain cards represent Gemini, certain cards represent, Libra, because different air signs could be different energies. So looking at this today, and we're going to see what we have with Mars and Gemini. If you were born with Mars and Gemini, this is the energies of what you can be expecting with our Mars and Aquarius right now. We have a Lover's card. Wow. So we have a positive relationship on Mars, that masculine energy, Aquarius. I'm really feeling this is a very deep, committed relationship. A man's real. If this is a marriage, and Mars being in Gemini, and then we have Mars and Aquarius, they're both very deep, rich energies. Very emotional. Now, Aquarius sometimes can seem emotionally attached, or not really. They just come off like that, but they can seem emotionally attached sometimes. Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a very emotional person. That's my wife. I cry like a baby a lot of times, and it's interesting. I always end up coming off as a king of staffs, and I'm like bipolar, The Lover's card. The Lover's card is a marriage that is going to work out. It is a positive energy. It is that business. It is definite positive energies. It's a yes for a marriage or a business. But I'm going to shuffle this in. So I got a major arcana card, so I got to clarify it. But if you're wanting to start a marriage, if you have, let's say Mars, born with Mars in Gemini, right now we have Mars and Aquarius, and I feel that the energies come together according to the cards. It's saying it's a good time for marriage, good time for, it's a good time for business. Very wonderful time. It's almost like you're putting your foot together. The foot represents direction, represents where you're going in life. Here, you're going in the same place. You see the foot? You're committed to go into the same place and staying together in the same place. You're not going anywhere. You're staying in that same place together, I don't know who I'm getting that for today. But with Mars and Gemini, with the Aquarius Mars that we have today, this is the energies that we can be getting today. And it's almost like here your even hands are coming together on the wands, which represents the staff, which represents passion and higher power. You're coming together on the basis of higher power today. You see, that's kind of interesting business. Mars, Gemini, the Emperor card. Mars and Gemini. Now, Mars, very interesting. This is an Aries card. The Emperor card in reverse. Now, I wanted to show you some of the Emperor card in reverse. What I'm getting, this is kind of, someone, standing up for someone, kind of being a very caring type person, maybe to the marriage. But here's some that could be kind of overbearing, and sometimes it could be fighting, and it's almost like, we kind of have a split side to this. You have the Lover's card as a marriage that is wonderful, working out, nothing stopping it, a business that is working out. Then we have the Emperor card, which in reverse sometimes can be kind of a negative energy. Maybe arguments, minor fights. could be you fighting for your marriage, and because you're fighting for your marriage, it is going to work out. You're fighting for your business, and you're going to be very successful because you put in so much into it. You decided you were going to fight for your marriage. You decided you were going to fight for your business, and you're getting what you get out of it. You fought for it, and you're reaping from that. Now, the star card. Who was it that kept on getting major arcana cards just a moment ago? The star card is your wish coming true. So Gemini, I feel kind of an Aquarius connection. Um, and interesting, we have Mars that is an Aquarius. So we have a Gemini. The star card, which is Aquarius card today, and don't the universe work things up? I'm feeling that with Mars and Gemini, you're going. It's almost the moon card could be represent psychic abilities, creativity. It could represent your desires, your fantasies. I wanted to tell you to be careful with fantasy. If there's someone who's just fantasizing too much in a relationship, this could really be destruction and stopping things from moving forward, and really could put an ending at things in your life. And if I'm going on with the World card, we got the Ace of Cups, can really tip things off of balance and stop you spiritually. I feel it's almost like there could be that possibility of you over fantasizing on things and you're not in reality, not even in spiritual reality. I mean, this is fantasy and it's not reality, it can never be reality, not even in a spiritual sense. So be careful with over fantasy. A lot of sexual energies, you're getting your wish. Fantasy, be careful with that. With that Mars type, the Mars and Gemini going to Aquarius, it's almost like if you put too much, you're fantasizing about sex all the time, you're going to ruin your marriage. Or there's going to be a hurt and pain. Maybe not your marriage, because you're getting a wonderful marriage, but someone's being getting hurt in the process. Once again, because we had that Tower card, the World, and we just kept on getting major arcana cards. And that would really hurt your business as well and stop growth in business. It would stop communication. Try not to be dishonest. What was what I wanted to say today? Be very honest. Try to be very faithful and loyal, because you could turn that positive marriage into something bad. Wow. That's what I'm saying. Be careful that your wish is not infidelity. Be careful with that. If you were a masculine energy with Mars, or any type of energy that was Mars, and with Mars that was in Gemini, because right now Mars is in Aquarius, and it's almost like the truth is going to come out. Swords and is a truth, also representing the truth as well. Very honest, very honest. Aquarius, that with that Mars, is going to bring anything that is coming out, that is done, anything that is done, it's going to bring it to the light. So that's the message I want to say today. You have a positive marriage going for you, just don't ruin it. Positive businesses, don't ruin it. If you lose that relationship, I have a funny feeling you're going to lose a marriage and the business as well. And justice will be served. They will be leaving. Loss of energy. Finding out the truth, and you just can't get out of the situation. You're stuck in it forever, I mean, you're stuck there. It's a total loss. If you're doing things for the right reason, you're going to have a wonderful marriage. You're going to have a wonderful business. But if you get down to being unfaithful, unloyal, and if your Mars was, and in Gemini right now we have Mars in Aquarius. I mean, Mars is bringing something to light. That's that masculine energy. Not anything to play with infidelity or cheating, or you could be having a lot of cheaters, being caught very quickly. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Aquarius deals with communication. It is an air sign. So someone's going to be communicating the truth. Aquarius is also rebellious as well. Could be dealing with rebellion. So when you got that masculine energy on rebellion, that could be rebelling against who you've been faithful and true. So be very careful as that. Jupiter and Gemini. If you were born with Jupiter and Gemini, I got to hurry. I'm at 2 hours and 48 minutes. Anyone that was born with the planet of Jupiter and the sign of Gemini, this is the energies of what we can be expecting. Now, Jupiter, right now as we speak, is, as I said just a moment ago, is in Scorpio. It represents relationships. Like sometimes Scorpio could, also, I mean, once again, be very careful. Jupiter is going to bring things to light. It's higher learning. It's the knowledge expansion, travel, growth. Could be growing your relationships, but at the same sense, if you did something when Jupiter was in retrograde, when Jupiter comes direct, it could be coming to the light type energy. And definitely connection with higher power, expansion, growth, travel. And so you cheated, someone's leaving, and Jupiter's not going to stop them from traveling and getting out of that situation. Just saying today. When I'm getting Jupiter and Scorpio, the first thing I think about is the Death card and Tower card, and that's the worst case scenario. So anyone who was born with Jupiter and Gemini, what can we be expecting? Gemini, is kind of that sword type, truthful, revealing energy, and if you're a cheater, I wouldn't want to be cheating right now either. With Jupiter and Gemini either. I mean, it's just, it's definitely revealing. Jupiter and Gemini. If you were born with Jupiter and Gemini, we have the Fool card. Someone is being spontaneous, or they're offering a cup maybe to a dog or maybe to a friend or something like that. And as I was saying, someone could be taking a risk. This is them not refusing to take the risk. This is someone on the edge and they're taking a risk. They're making that foolish leap today. They don't care what anybody thinks about them, who they're going to hurt, what other people think about them. They're moving out there. And clarifying that today is judgment. So as I said today, if you're someone who's cheating, you're doing something very foolishly. Generally, I like to think of the card as the Fool card as an infinite symbol. That can be the scariest thing when you're getting the Fool card, someone cheating, and then you're getting a Judgment card. What you've done has a permanent effect. If someone's leaving you, you're getting judgment. If you're born with Jupiter and Gemini, what I would want to tell you is to check your intentions. Check who you are, your thoughts, your intentions of you're doing things. If you're thinking about doing something, that is unfaithful to someone, or that is very foolish, something you should not be doing. I mean, check on your intuitions, what you're doing. Take anything that is negative, anything that is done out of deceit, the maliciousness, or anything that is deception, or whatever it is that is not good. Make sure you're doing the positive things, because the Fool card, is you're on the edge, you're falling off the edge, and the Fool card really doesn't care in the first place when it's upright, but when you get a judgment, I mean, I have a funny feeling you're offering this cup, this gaiety, this relationship to this dog here. This is a woman, this is a dog. I mean, sometimes it's not always a friend, but here you'll be judged for it. So just check yourself, your intentions of doing things. Because this person is not going to fall down with you. They're not going to be faithful with you when you fall. Here it shows a person on the edge. This dog is not coming after them. It's not running after them like in some of the decks that I have. This dog here today is staying back. They're not coming after you and following you. How faithful and how loyal is that? They're the one that lost you everything that you had that meant the most to you, and they're not even coming with you, and they lose that. They're staying back. It's like, oh, wow, I mean, you didn't have to do this, You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do that. I mean, it takes two to tango type thing. And yes, I did it, but you did it too. They don't really want you. They might have just wanted to be a friend. It might have just been, a spontaneous bam, 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 friends with benefits type thing, one night stand. And maybe you took that thing and not even thinking, this kind of that man, that foolish man, did something foolishly without even thinking of the consequences. And now you got to check yourself for it. Be very careful, Jupiter, Gemini, Jupiter and Scorpio right now is not the time. It's not that time. Saturn and Gemini. Saturn and Gemini. If you were born with Saturn and Gemini, just could have been a country as well. If you were born with Saturn and Gemini, Nine of Cups in reverse. I'm feeling that this is actual pain and sorrow today, the Nine of Cups in reverse. So we have Saturn. If you were born with Saturn and Gemini, right now Saturn, I did say it was in Capricorn, and it is in retrograde. What I wanted to say today is, there could be some, when it comes to relationships and communication, so maybe some miscommunications that really could affect, relationships, and maybe in a materialistic way. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this person is collecting on these cups almost like it's a trophy. You see that? Maybe they're collecting up on things, souvenirs. This would be someone who's collecting kind of in a hoarding type energy. That's kind of what I'm feeling. They value what they had in the past. This person is hurt, pain, very hurt and grievous in pain. They love this person, but it's almost like they're hurt. And even though they're not letting go of the memories and the things that they had of this person. And Three of Staffs. What I wanted to say today is be careful who you're hurting. The 9 and the 3 coming together is 12, which brings a 3. And I mean, it's kind of, this could be someone setting off sail into the horizon and going after and getting out of the situation, going on and having a new life, setting sail, going off on adventures, someone traveling possibly. You've been hurt and pain, and maybe you're going off and to get off with yourself to really bring healing into your life. Going after the person that left you. You see that the person that left you, you're watching them go type energies. The ship, the person that hurt you, that left and walked out of your life. You're watching the horizon, you see them leave, and you're seeing them setting off to the horizon. It could be someone traveling, going off to go on adventures, to travel, to explore, whatever. And you're watching them go. Maybe you're hurt and you're lonely and you're pain about it, and you're not letting go of the memories, You're not letting go of that relationship. Maybe you're just kind of grievous about it as well. It could be another aspect. But I wanted to say today is it's almost like don't be doing something foolishly, that you're going to regret later. But that's kind of the energies I'm getting today. Uranus and Gemini. If you were born with Uranus and Gemini, the sign of Uranus. Uranus currently now is in Taurus. So very interesting. Uranus currently is in retrograde. No. Uranus is in Taurus. It's not retrograde. Saturn's in retrograde. Mercury's about to go into retrograde. I apologize. And so Uranus it actually relates to instability when it comes to the earth, financial situations in many cases, sickness, diseases, anything that affects you on earth energies. And so if you were born with Uranus and Gemini, it brings in stabilities maybe. So that's kind of what I want to say with that kind of Aquarius type Uranus energy, that is in a Virgo chart. It's almost like you don't want to touch my mind. Realistic wise, communication type energies. It's almost like this is my ideas. This is what's going to make me money type energies. And I don't know, there's many different things that you get with Uranus and Taurus. I don't know, I'm going on that rant today. So this is what we can be expecting if you were born with Uranus and Gemini. Knowing the fact that we have Uranus and Taurus today, I'm going to shuffle this one more time. 2 more times, actually. All right. One more time, Uranus and Gemini. and I'm stopping with Gemini today once I get to the end of Pluto. Uranus and Gemini, the Queen of Staffs. This is, this is someone, who is that fake female spiritual advisor. This is someone you cannot trust. Someone you don't want to go to for advice. Fire energy, most likely someone who could be very conniving, very controlling, manipulative. This could be like, that woman that, she wants to be the lady boss, but at the same time, she's not true. I'm going to go ahead and say nasty. I mean, yes, she might be a feminist and all that, but she's not the king. She's not coming out as a king energy. This is not someone who is king. This is someone who's second best. I'm sorry to say that, but it's almost like they're conniving and they're trying to get the way to the top. Something like someone who's trying to be in a conniving type position. This is a woman in a dress with her legs crossed, almost like she's just sitting on a throne type energy. But when this is in reverse, you can't trust this person. This is upright. I mean, this is, the feminist type energy. Yes, the Queen of Staffs. I'm making something out of my life, but this is the person who's going to destroy people's lives and do it. That type of energy. Not someone you could trust. Someone who will ruin your life, to get what they want. They're going to take that place, and they don't care who they have to hurt to get there. High Priest is kind of an outside energy, is maybe there have been some hidden things, but here you're coming to a reality of that. If there had been someone in your life that was like that, as I just described, someone that was really trying to control, manipulate your life, really trying to destroy your life in a little. And when I'm seeing the High Priestess, I'm thinking kind of a balanced spiritual energy, a lot of peace, a lot of harmony. But the High Priestess is a feminine energy. So once again, the High Priestess and the Queen of Staffs. And so you could have a battle going in between the Queen of Staffs, the untruthful type person you can't trust, and the High Priestess that you can trust. Definite feminine energy, no masculine energy here. If this is a masculine energy, most likely it's going to be the Queen of Staffs coming off to be a male who's coming off to be a feminine type energy, and that's where we have the High Priestess. This is someone who's very, very nurturing, caring, mother-like, kind of like the mother type energy. You could trust her intuition, but it's almost like here it's kind of unstable. 1 minute you could trust them, 1 minute you can't. And that's what I'm getting with. They're going to be honest, if they're getting your way. But if they find that they need to be today, if they find that they got to hurt someone to get something, they're going to be very conniving and do it. So, and it's almost like the High Priestess overrules the Queen of Wands. Most of the time, this is going to be someone who is very trustworthy. You can listen to their counsel. But when it comes to something they want, they're going to completely get rid of trust and spiritual advice. They're going to flat out lie to you to get what they want. So it's someone that is very unstable. Either one way, the next way, the other way, the other way. When I'm getting, Uranus and Taurus type energies, there we go. Taurus, you see that kind of the. When I'm getting Uranus and Taurus type energies, the mother, and it's almost like someone who is bipolar type of disorder, who can't make up their mind whether they want to be honest, they want to be trustworthy, and someone who is trustworthy, double-minded. 1 minute you can trust them, 1 minute you can't. You do not know what you can expect. Uranus is the planet of instability. And so that's how it is today with it being in Taurus. Moving on today, the Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. If you have Neptune right now, Neptune is in Pisces. Okay, Neptune's in Pisces. So if you were born with Neptune and Gemini, this is what you can be expecting. Now, Gemini represents sometimes that 2 number piece balance. Libra does 2 as well. Now, sometimes Gemini, the sword, they could be that sword, that cuts, you think of 2, they can literally cut you in 2 type energies, they may bring peace and balance, but they're going to fight to get it. Libra, in other sense, is gonna do it in a peaceful manner. It's kind of the way to put it. Gemini will cut you into 2 sometimes. So with Gemini, being born with Neptune and Gemini, Neptune represents spirituality, Pisces, 12th house in astrology. It could be spirituality, it could be connected to higher power, but at the same time, could be some difficult times as well. Now, when Neptune is in Gemini, I'm kind of interesting to see this today. If you were born with Neptune and Gemini, this could be a country, this could be an organization, anything on planet Earth right now that was discovered. How are you doing, Diana? Anything that was discovered with Neptune and Gemini. If you were born with your Neptune and Gemini, I don't know anybody who likes that today, but this is what you can be expecting with Neptune and Pisces, what we have going on right now. And I will draw a card for you in just a moment. I do actually stick for in just a moment. I got one more planet after this, and then I will kind of do a card for you. But if you're born with Neptune and Gemini, this is actually the energy. This can be a country. This can be anything founded. You got the Three of Staffs. Something is stopping you from going out to the horizon today. Three of Staffs, the Magician card. One psychic ability, the true psychic here. With Neptune and Pisces, here we have that spiritual or psychic awakening. And then we had, Neptune and Gemini. It's kind of almost like, you're meeting this head on. You're headbutting with this. So you're trying to go out into the horizon. You got this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and it's a summertime Gemini. And so you're trying to go out on the horizon. Interesting, Gemini. You see three. Three is the number of Gemini. Very interesting. Coming into the time of Leo, I feel. What you can be expecting with this, for those energies, is something that is, kind of stopping things from going forward. You're looking out on the horizon and seeing the possibilities of the sun rising and a better future coming into your life. But it is almost like maybe it is not the sun rising, and maybe it is the sun going down. We're in the summertime right now, and in a couple months, it's going to start getting darker. The days are going to start getting shorter. In fact, by the time we come into August, after that, it starts getting shorter. So it's almost like, you have the Magician, psychic abilities. A lot of times, psychic abilities are more awoken at nighttime. So with that Neptune and Pisces that we're currently having, if you were born with Neptune and Gemini, this is almost like, you're having that kind of that difficult moment, trying to go off and set sail into the horizon to follow after what is going to be beneficial for you in life. There's kind of some things stopping you from doing that, and maybe it's time, whatever it is. You get the number 3 and you get the number 1 here. It represents 4. It has a number 4. And with that, what I wanted to say, the number 4 a lot of times could be, new love coming into your life. That is a possibility set filled to the horizon. This is an Aries card, a Magician. So when I'm getting this and seeing the sun rising, this could be new love, maybe an Aries that is coming into your life, and maybe you're going after it. That is a possibility as well. Or you're having a problem going after this person. Aries, a lot of times, is the first house. It represents who people initially think who you are. So people could think you're just a magical person, and maybe you don't see who you truly are. The first person is what people perceive you as from an initial perspective when they first meet you, kind of as a surface type. But maybe you see, the Aries, you see, here for Neptune and, Neptune and Gemini. It is almost like you're kind of being cautious. You're waving that yellow staff up and you're being cautious. Maybe it's kind of a doubt about a situation. It's going to be good. You have that wonderful energies. Everything's going to work out for you. You got the Magician card. No matter what you do, it's going to be successful. But it's almost like you're kind of being cautious about it. That's kind of that Pisces type energy. You're learning from hard experiences. Maybe you've been kind of going through some tough times recently. And that's kind of the energies I'm getting. It's almost like you're starting to learn and you want to think before you act. You just don't want to jump out there and do something. You want to make sure it is going to be the best thing for you before you set sail with it. But it is going to happen. And it is going to turn out for your benefit. Okay, and Pluto, and he's still there, Diana. I'm going to do Pluto really quick, and I'm going to go to Diana if you're still there. If you were born with Pluto and Gemini, now right now with Pluto, I just said this a moment ago, what was it? Pluto currently right now as we speak, it is in the sign of let's see, Capricorn, because it's right there by Saturn, very close to Saturn. So we have Pluto and Capricorn. And sometimes Pluto can be kind of a tough planet as well, but sometimes it could represent money. Or with it being a Capricorn, I'm having a feeling it's going to affect money in some way. Capricorn, a lot of times the devil card is used by Capricorn, refers to a Capricorn sign. And if you're Christian, you heard the root of money is the love of money is the root of all evil type thing, and that's the devil, type energy. So it's probably going to refer to money somehow. But what I'm really seeing today, and I'm kind of feeling, with Pluto and Gemini, is you have kind of like a split decision. It's almost like trying to divide. The Gemini is pretty much that twin type energy, is trying to bring division type energy, trying to divide. Try to proportion things. I don't know why I'm feeling that today. Now, Gemini rules as an air sign, rules, air, rules the swords. And if you're in tarot reading, Gemini is also, kind of a balanced as two-piece harmony, represents two. But sometimes, in order to get that piece, you got to cut something in half to finally get the, to get the balance. It's almost like Gemini. This is kind of when I think of Gemini, you have one piece of bread and cut in half, you have balance, you have equality, rationings, I don't know why I'm getting that for Gemini. So if you have a Pluto and Gemini, this is the energies that we can be expecting today. Kind of thinking of like a military type energy too. I don't know why. Pluto, plutonium, rationings. Anyway. Yes, I have. This is the last sign I've went through Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, every single planet. I'm just doing air signs tonight. 3 hours and 11 minutes. You're welcome, Champagne. This is the last sign. This is Gemini, and I'm on my last planet. If you're Gemini, if you were born with Pluto and Gemini, and I don't know anybody that, this could be a country, whatever it is, this is what you can be expecting. As long as a planet of Pluto is still in Capricorn, you can be expecting this. With that Pluto energies, we got the 3 of Cups. 3 a lot of times represents abundance and overflow. But I'm feeling kind of the don't overindulge type sense. If you do have a lot, it's almost like the love of money is the root of all evil type thing. That's kind of what I'm getting today. Don't be too indulgent. It's almost like you may have all this abundance coming into your life, but what I'm really feeling is don't overindulge yourself. You can become too excessive, way too excessive. That's kind of the message I'm seeing today. And the King of Staffs is someone who's very honest and very open, and you can trust what they're saying, but sometimes they can be like very forceful. They're going to do everything they can. They're that kind of that boss type energy. They're the controlling, manipulative sometimes, overbearing, but they're honest. What they're doing is, they're going to tell you the truth. And the reason why they're going to tell you the truth is because of the 3 of Cups. They want that overflow in their life. That they want that abundance. And this could be, people coming together for some. This could be a third party situation. So let's just say, Pluto and Capricorn. You could have someone, the King of Staffs is sometimes to be referred as a sexual, passionate energy, someone who, is very sexually passionate. They have a lot of passion when it comes. You could have that third party situation possible as well. I'm not getting that for most. But what I am feeling today is someone could be put in so much work, and they could be so over ambitious, so much ambition in life. They could be put so much energy into something. A lot of times I come out as the King of Staffs. I want to see something. Where was my Pluto when I was born? I said Pluto in Gemini. I'm kind of curious. A lot of times I get the King of Staffs. I've been getting the King of Staffs a lot. I was born in 1988. So I'm kind of curious, and I'll let you know really quickly. January 30th. You can look this up, January 30th. Looking at my astrological charts, and surprisingly, I'm looking at this here. My Pluto was in Scorpio, water sign. I was born at 10:11 at night, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to show you all a little something. A lot of times I've been coming off as a king of staffs. I'm kind of curious. My Pluto was in the second house, which rules Gemini. So you see the connection there. I was born with my Pluto in Scorpio, but it was in the second house the minute I was rules. Actually, it rules Taurus. I apologize, Taurus. So looking at that today, no, Taurus. The second house is Taurus. I apologize. Mercury in retrograde confusion. But what I'm seeing there today is it's right there, and it's the second house is entering. Wow. So a lot of times I come off as a king of staffs, but this particular king of staffs, if you're born with Pluto and Gemini, this is someone who's very trustworthy, someone you could trust. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring abundance to life. They're doing it to bring more benefits to you. And sometimes this could really hurt. This could be an outside people trying to bring people together. Kind of a very riotous type person. It's like let's start a riot type energy. Bringing groups of people together, possible. If this is a feminine energy, this is someone who is taking control. This is, they're coming off as a very intense masculine energy. This would be the feminist type energy if this is a woman today. Trying to bring people together, literally riotous. They're very truthful. They're very honest. You could trust them today. This is not a king of staffs in reverse, but they're over ambitious. They're really going to wear themselves out. They're putting so much into something to bring abundance, and they're going to wear themselves out. So my message to you, if you were born with Pluto and Gemini, do not overindulge yourself in work and your ambitions. Do not push yourself too much to bring that abundance. Do what you're able to do. Do not overwork yourself, because in the process, you can have the Three of Cups in reverse, which is not as good as the Three of Cups of upright. I'd rather have the Three of Cups of upright. And because you're being so over ambitious, it's almost like, that's your card today. With Pluto and Gemini, right now we have Pluto that is, and as I said, it was Capricorn, representing money. So the main focus is on money and abundance, but you're putting so much effort and ambition to collect up on materialistic things, and you're really going to hurt yourself. I mean, for some, this could even be stomach ulcers. This could be pain. This could be tired. This stress, loss of energy, kind of what I'm feeling today. There's negative and positive